But looks like the alerts is going out today, but still, let's do the each one teach one. Hit the like button, share this on your pages, your Facebook, your Twitter, your Instagram. Let people know we over here. Yeah, hold on. Now look, you got a lot. You know you my brother from the West Coast. I already told you. I'm on my way out there. Faster than you think. I'm looking when I touch down on the West Coast, I gotta see you, you got look, I gotta see my brother Born. I got a couple people I gotta see out there, but listen, you at the very top of the list, God, I gotta see. You understand me? Peace to the God. You know what I mean? But look, we got L7, Dominic Pecan, SW, Universal 7, Carlos Clark, Dahu God. Welcome to the channel. You know what I mean? If you like what you hear, click like, uh, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification button because we always come on. You know, my classes are really on Mondays and Tuesdays, but I come on really every day. Yeah, yeah, you can. You leaving? All right, look, lock that front door. Peace. That whole God, welcome to the channel. You know what I mean? Peace to the brother. You know, uh, do the each one teach one, hit the like button and subscribe. Uh, West Coast Wise. So that was just building with Savior Knowledge. About an hour ago, we was talking about his time at the school at Firstborn Prince. Look, and see, at the time, that this, if we continuing from yesterday, hold up, we got 793rd, Queen Medina, and you know, you got, but look, Savior Knowledge. See, his name is not just Savior by happenstance. I've been in situations where I'm telling you, Savior Knowledge is Savior. You talking about your Savior Knowledge from your tree? Because see, you got it from P, I got it from P. And I'm talking about, look, it was the time, right? Well, listen, I'm telling you about one experience I had with Savior Knowledge. I had a situation where I was getting into this with some people. You see, y'all know right now, Don Bishop is in the building. Don Bishop, look, I'm on my way. Look, when I leave here, I'm coming out around the way. So I don't know if we're gonna have time to come and tune, but I'm just telling you, I'm coming out around the way. I'm gonna be on Merrick. Nah, I'm not gonna be on Doc Brew. I'm gonna be on Merrick. What I'm saying, yeah, I'm coming around. But look, I had times with Savior Knowledge, right? Well, look, I was getting into some like things was, you know, we there. Like what y'all talking about when y'all say how y'all first, a lot of people here was first introducing me, or they first, you know, listen, I had a situation, man. I had more than one situation. Look, I'm more forward. I'm all going this way. But I can name, right? Listen, one time, this particular that look at this. I mean, I was really, really serious this time, and all of a sudden, I felt myself come up off the floor and going this way, and I'm like, yo, man, what the fuck is happening? Like, listen. When I turned around, I'm looking at, yo, what is this force that's against me. And when I turned around, it was Savior God. Savior's like, nah, God, listen, God, you got to come up out of this, God. We got this. That's the big bro for real, man. Saving knowledge. I'm telling you. When you say saving knowledge, listen, if it's any knowledge you could say you getting from me, then he sure improved his name, God, because he saved me from. I was, maybe he didn't save my life. Maybe nothing would happen to me, but he definitely saved my freedom a couple of times, more than one time. And my life wouldn't have been the same. Like I'm telling you, it was times where he literally, like, I didn't even see it. He picked me up and took me out of the situation physically. Yourself, by the way, I was dealing with your order. It's the hat, guy. Yourself, the hat. And I guess, man, what's going on right now? Everything is going back in the lockdown. But look, I was just dealing with your order today. Like I said, the hat already was the issue. I took the hat out of your order. So now I didn't take it out. It's still, your hat is coming. I gotta redesign it. That's my fault. But your shirts and everything, divine understanding. I don't know if you in here already, but your hoodie is coming. You know what I'm saying? And Joseph, the rest of your order is coming. I gotta redesign the hat, because what happened is when I put the same design that was on the shirt onto the hat, and then when they did it, the mathematics that's in the circle wasn't really visible. You couldn't really tell it out. So I just didn't want to send that out. You know what I mean? That's what took so long with your order. But I'm saying your order's back. Your order's in effect. You know what I mean? You're gonna start receiving the shirt shortly. You know what I'm saying? West Coast wise, I don't know if I'm coming up to Washington. That's but I'm gonna be in the LA, right? The wordsmith said he got his shirt. You know what I'm saying? Right. The hat is gonna be unique. The hat is gonna be unique, Joseph. You know what I'm saying? Uh, the wordsmith, you got your shirt. You so that was it fly? The shirt. You said you like it. You already rocked it. You know. The shirts. I'm telling you, they wash well and everything. But I can't. The hat. I couldn't send it out because the thing wasn't going. It wasn't going to be visible. That's what I didn't like. You know what I'm saying? Christopher Gooden. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look, Joseph, and see, I already knew you wasn't gonna be ready because we already did. You already ordered so much stuff that you got before. So but divine understanding. If you listen to this, look, your stuff is coming too. You know what I'm saying? Teran Reed. people, people. Hey, that's what we do. That's what we do. I actually was speaking over here. I actually was speaking today. I was speaking with Allah B. We actually was in the whole conversation. It was me, Allah B, a lot of y'all, I don't know when the last time y'all been here. You know what I'm saying? Uh, you King Justice is another brother that, he adds on tremendously to everything we do over here. He's there, planting the and me and Allah B was expressing how uh some of the trials and tribulations that came with being God, it started in high school. Like it started from when they first identified us as 5%. And when we first, you know, like right now, whatever happens on this channel, right? They say, all right, yeah, you the person that, you got the channel. We need to shut somebody down. We need to shut you down. That really started with us in high school. That's why I don't even care. The different things that happen, we'll listen, man. You know, uh, we had to put in some pain, man. I know that's that type of language, you might recognize this from, but listen, we had to put in pain over here. Like, see, that's how you see me, and yeah, that's, we had to put in pain to do that, so that it could be what it is. Teran Reed said, how can I get your CD? Uh, this is what happened. Let's be clear. I got a distribution situation with Fat Beats. So you can go through Fat Beats and get it. And you can go through, I'm telling you right now, if you Google it, the Antediluvian King, it's every, I'm saying, uh, you get, wait, let me put it right here. It's still available through me, right there, for $15. The shipping and handling is probably about $2. But I got, look, the distribution, they got a certain amount. I got 150 CDs myself that I'm popping. I'm saying, you can hit me in my accounts right there. You gonna get it. You know what I mean? So the $15, the $2, and listen, on my ones that I'm giving out, I'm giving out I'm giving out the autograph on it too. You know what I'm saying? I got to put an extra jumper. You know what I'm saying? West Coast wise, yeah, it's about, well, yeah, New York is pretty close to lockdown. New York, I don't know what's going on everywhere else, but yeah, West Coast wise, New York is pretty close to lockdown. I yourself say he's coming to New York. Hey, listen, man, I love when y'all come out here. And look, it's been, look, Musa D came out here, uh, knowledge. Knowledge from Milwaukee. He came out here. Mr. Green one. Mr. Green one actually, he been out here for a minute. I don't know what he's doing. But Mr. Green one then came out here a couple times. You know what I mean? Oh, Teran Reed is Cyber King. I didn't even know that was his name. And look, I know this brother. Look, Teran Reed, Cyber King, right? Tell you something about us. We know each other from the 85% world. We was both 85%. And see, he's somebody that can tell you, see, Term Cyber King, Queen Mecca Peace. You know what I'm saying? But see, Cyber King can tell you that, listen, man, the Darkim that you getting right now that we be building on, that's why we telling y'all, like, listen, we started from knowledge, son. We started from knowledge. But hold on. Matter of fact, let me go back right here. Queen Mecca, hold on. Let's stop everything. Because this is important, right? The brother right here that we see you coming in, right? Mighty Calypsis. I'm gonna put this up here right now. Is reaching out to you from Medellin, Colombia. This brother just got in contact with me. Hold on. I'm gonna put the link right here, Mighty Calypsis. Wait, let me make sure it's the right link. I'm gonna put the link right here, man. And I want you to come on. I want you to come on, right? And introduce yourself to the family. Yeah, COVID is crazy. But Calypsis, I want you see those links that I just put up. When you click that link, you can come on live with us. But you see, this brother he's in Medellin, Colombia. This is how far the teachings of Allah has reached, man. This is the science that we're talking about. Like this is actually, see, Joseph, exactly. We are writing the history right now. The brothers out there, you know what I'm saying? The brother hit me. He said, yo, man, they in Medellin. He hit me on my Instagram. He's here right now. He's here right now. Hold on for a second. Let me stop talking. Because y'all know I talk too much. We're going to bring the God
you hear me?
Peace, man. Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, peace to the gods, peace to the earths, and all the universal family present. What a blessing, man.
That's what I'm talking about, man. Yo, man, you look, when I first got the knowledge, it was a neighborhood thing right around here. The brothers, look, the bar, this is another brother, look, the bar, right? Just to add on, right? The bar, his history, he's from Africa. He's from the Yoruba tribe. Yes, you know what I mean? Just saying that how much places, man, the knowledge is reaching out to. Yes, you know what I'm saying? And when y'all reach out to us, man, listen, man, peace to the guys, man. Because listen, man, it's really about y'all. That's why I do this channel, man. See, I've been had the knowledge. I've been did my thing. But see, I do this channel, man, so that all the people, man, could have at least some of the experience that I had. And because see, I didn't have that experience so that it could just be for me. Brothers, actually, I always tell people that is that it's because they knew that I was going to be a teacher. That's why they gave me the knowledge they gave me. That's why they allow me to move amongst them, like they allow me to move amongst them. And then when I see the people like you, now I mean I see what they see. Because see, I got the knowledge from brothers that had the knowledge, right? When it was 20 brothers. Imagine it was 20 people that had the knowledge. It's like right now, wherever you at, it might be 20 people that got the knowledge where you at. But
Yeah,
that's
that's
how
right.
we
That's right.
develop, man. And listen, man, that's what I'm saying. Introduce yourself to the family, man. Listen, this is Calypsis right now. I don't know what that means in Spanish, but this is our brother right now in Medellin, Colombia. Listen, he said that they teaching from the Canary Islands all the way over on the other side of the Atlantic to Central America, to South America, to whatever it is. Listen, this is what it's all about, man. This
Yo,
is
peace
what
to the
it's really all
gods,
about,
peace
man.
to the earth. Thanks, my beloved brother, man. So glad to be able to connect. You know, the seeds of Allah are spreading all across the planet. And yeah, yo, right now, I come by the name of Calypsus. It comes from a mixture. It ain't really an Spanish name, you know. It comes from Colossus, and from Cali. For me, Cali is King Asiatic living Islam. I come by the name of Kali, man, and represent, man, the roots over here in the city of Medellin, Colombia. So listen, we just come teaching, the supreme mathematics, the alphabet, the history of the nation, which is the most important. Here, the knowledge of self came by the hand of hip hop culture. Actually, through hip hop, we started to get into the nation of gods and earths, and then we got knowledge of self, man. Supreme understanding was here in Medellin a couple years ago. He gave us more jewels, and right now we're trying to get organizing in the different places. What we want to do is to be able to create some regions actually over here in the places that we already have ciphers. Here in my cipher in Medellin, we are 9 born that are, really disciplined, studying the lessons. And then we got like 20 other people that we are starting to get into the knowledge of self. Because it's not the same, man. We don't live, we don't understand Islam the way you understood it right there. We come from indigenous roots, indigenous people, you
Hold on.
know. Uh, yeah, yeah.
See, now, and I'm not going to get you. I'm saying that. Look, I just want to add some more. See, y'all culture was already. See, when we say Islam, right? This is the natural culture of the original man was dealing with. So this
That's
is what we're
right.
saying. You know how in South America, y'all got pyramids.
Yeah, for sure. We got pyramids from Mexico. I was in Peru a couple months
That shows
ago, and the pyramids there are
now,
crazy. Machu Picchu. Man, we've
that's
been building civilization, man.
that's what shows and proves that we all was one culture. Because the way we built in order to deal, because see, listen, I'm from New York, right? So in New York, we got a large population of Hispanic people as well.
Hmm.
You understand me? See, understand that our culture was already in tune with the universe and the planet that we was in. So just like
Hmm.
those pyramids is built to be in tune with the universe, just like the pyramids was built to be in tune with the universe in Egypt. See, really what we doing is bringing ourselves back together right now. All the separation that occurred when Pizarro and Columbus and all these individuals landed over here. They
Criminal
started
Columbus.
teaching us. They started teaching us that we was different. Because look, they taught us even amongst ourselves. Like, see, they taught the Colombians that they different from the Cubans.
No, and
And
you
if
know
you,
what? And you know what about that? Just to add on, this is the only country that has an European name. Because Colombia comes from Christopher for criminal Columbus. So this is the only country because Mexico comes from the Mexicas, Peru comes from the indigenous Peruvians. That's an indigenous name. Chile comes from Chile. So every country in Central and South, so-called America, every country has an indigenous name, indigenous tribes. This Colombia is actually the only country with an European and colonizer's name. And here in Colombia, here was the first place where Quilombo was, where the first group of slaves freed themselves. It happened here in Colombia. I was there a week ago. It's called Palenque, and in 1603 they got free. Nobody knows about that, but this is the first
I
country
didn't say
that
I didn't
slaves
know
got
that
free
either.
from the
Keep
slave
drop,
master. And
keep
and
dropping
and
that
they, this
science.
is it. This is our history, man. This is where we come from. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, drop a little more of that history. Drop because look, I didn't know that. Drop a little more of that history because see, that's what it is, man. It's that see, they cause separation. Remember, that's how the devil was made by separating the black gene from the brown gene. And it's not just the black gene from the brown gene. They separate the young from the old. They separate the smart from the dumb. They separate the tall from the short. And they put it into all different things. But see, what you're saying right now is how we all been through the same thing. So that's why, you able to see when we, even though we give you the 136 and it's the English lesson, C number one, what you giving us right now is it's signs that the Spanish went through. So you can
Uh-huh.
still see number one, which is the knowledge, which is us, me and you, and all the other original people that exist.
That's right.
So I'm thinking, you
That's
saying
it, man.
1603, 1603, what was that science? Was it a war? Was it what happened?
It was a leader. His name is Bencos, and he organized a group of people, man, and they got free from the Spanish that had them as slaves.
What was the name of the who you said was the leader of that movement?
Bencos Bioho.
Benkos be a whole.
Yeah, that was the leader, man. That he gathered a group of slaves, and they got free, man. 1603. Most people don't know, and that happened right here in Colombia, man. Nobody knows about that, but we need to recover all that history. And they free till this day. They don't have police from Colombia there. They have their own guards. They take care of their own community, their own business. They still talk an indigenous language that is mixed with the indigenous language of Angola. They still, to this day, they still speak in this language, man, African language. Mixed with other words, from Spanish and things of that nature. But they keep this language, man. This goes deep. This goes deep. 400 years free.
Not for nothing. Not for nothing. Let's add this on because see, a lot of times, right? See, in America, we under the impression that the Haitians is the first people that fought for their freedom in 1801. But you telling me that no, in 1603, our people was already fighting for their freedom.
That's right. That's right.
That's
And
it.
truth be told, man, indigenous tribes,
Keep
they,
dropping what
they
you're dropping, man. This stuff is powerful. I didn't even notice. I didn't notice myself. Drop this.
yeah. Yeah, man. So listen. Actually, the indigenous tribes here, we have also many indigenous leaders. In so-called Colombia, there is a place called Cartagena, and that was a place full of indigenous people that fought they never became slaves because they fought until they was done, because they ain't fucking with no Spanish. We got many leaders that they, from the first time that they saw the Spaniards, they was like, fuck now, we gotta murder this these bitches, man. We gotta get them the fuck out of here. And that's our history, man. They didn't name Colombia after Columbus for nothing, man, because our country has an history in revolution. We've been in war, in an open war, for the past 15 years. We got guerrillas fighting up until these days against the established government, which is the fascist. Talking about voting and all the bullshit that's going on right now. That's the shit right here, man. We come from revolutionary families, and this is our foundation, man. Indigenous tribes fighting for their freedom. Till this day, man, we're still in the streets doing the work. Actually, today was a stop. The social movement got to the streets, man, to reclaim our rights and to change this government that is right now here. Like disconnecting us, still dividing us. Right now, indigenous peoples are marching all across Colombia to get fired this president that we have. And this is a fight, man. This is the struggle, and we teach him. We also actually within the nation of God's on earth here in Colombia, we have people that comes from indigenous backgrounds. They still with their indigenous tribes, but they're spreading the lessons of Allah. You know what I'm saying? So we building, man. We building.
Yo, listen, man. I don't know if you've seen the comments, but you're educating all of us right now in things that we didn't even know that was going on over there. We didn't even remember. Look, when I hit you with the link, I told you, look, come on, introduce yourself to the rest of the family, man. Because look, we didn't even have that knowledge, man. And see, and look, in particular in America, right? They conceal the knowledge from us that any of our brothers ever fought, because they want us to think that we was always slaves. Mm-hmm. So when you see the guy, I don't know how if you know 120, but when you see to say, why does the devil call our people Africans? They say to make us our people in North America think that the people of that continent are the only people they had and was always savages. See what you hear right now, being witness that nah, man, we your people too. And no, we was a savage. Yeah, we fought back against them. What they teach us here is that we came and they was doing nothing and we took it over and boom. Yo, man, this is
be told, man.
The enlightenment, man, that's coming right now.
That's it. That's what it's all about. Knowledge, wisdom, understanding, man.
The devil call our people Africans.
Mm-hmm.
To not let us know that, there's some people that, from the time Columbus and Pizarro and whoever else it was came, we always resisted.
Always, man, always.
That's what they
first time we step here.
They give us a couple of people. Oh, Nat Turner. Yeah, he was one guy. He was tight about something else, though.
Uh-huh.
But now you hear, see, look, when even the 13th degree, when they say that the devil knew that nobody would come back and tell the people, whether he lied or not, about if it was a mystery God when you died. See, now you here to tell us that no. That's not what happened, because look, this is something I always tell people, right? This is something I always tell people. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you know how much you know about American history, right? But in American history, there's a certain people that's called the Plains Indians. And
Yeah,
see, the
yeah.
Plains Indians, they was the people that fought.
Mm,
And see, what I tell people about the Plains Indians, right, is that they was the people that when the white man first came, certain brothers, it was like, okay, boom, we don't want that war, we left. All those people ended up in the plains. There was people that came from South America, Middle America, Mexico, whatever, and they moved up into the Midwest of the United States. There was
mm,
people that came down from Canada when the French came up there and they moved down into the Midwest of the United States. There was people that was on the East Coast of America, and when the British came, they ran them into the middle of the United States. So
mm.
by the time they came to the plains, the Indians was like, son, we know what it is. We know who y'all is now. It's not the same as when you first landed. So now we ready
Uh-huh.
to fight you to the death
Uh-huh.
because we know what it is.
That's right. That's right.
Now you adding on to what I always knew was right. That our brothers never was bitches. We always fought against this kind of oppression, and we always knew who we was, no matter where we was at, whether we was in Africa, whether we was in Asia, whether we was in South America. We always knew who we was until they came and instituted they what they call re-education, what I call miseducation, and what we see in the
Miseducation.
lessons in the 1 to 36 is they was taught to be blind, deaf, and dumb by the devil when they were babies.
Mm-hmm. That's right. That's right. We have been always doing the work, man. That's the work of a civilized man. Come to bring forth civilization, man. And we cannot do that while we under the spell of other people that doesn't know about our culture and our roots. So yeah, people must understand this thing, man, and get deeper because there is, what they call, Afro Mexicans, Afro Peruvians, Afro Chileans. Now, man, black people has always been there here, man. We've been here. If you have seen in Honduras, if you have seen in Nicaragua, black people has always been there building pyramids, and when we talk about the Asiatic black man, when we talk about that, we are talking about the original man that was here, man, walking in all these lands, and mostly the southern part of what we call America. The Asiatic black man was here long before Columbus, Pizarro, and all those bitches. You know what I'm saying? So when they came here, there was already black people looking at these bitches like, I know who you are. I know why you're here. So we got leadership, man. We got a strong leadership that we gotta protect. We gotta protect the legacy, and this is what I'm talking about. These things, man, because most people in the wilderness of North America don't know about this rich history that we have. All over Central and South America. Man, a few people knows about the pyramids. People that maybe got into history and ancestry and our and studying our ancestral roots and how it is spread out over here. Is a very few people that really actually know that we have pyramids over here in South America. So yeah, man, I'm here. I'm here also to teach. That's my work over here right now in the hoods of Medellin and building with the gods and earths of here. That's our work, man, to teach about the rich history that we have, despite of everything that has been, put on our faces. And as I told you, man, this government is still killing us. They almost snapped one of our teachers last week. The cops grabbed him and they disappeared him for 3 days. But right now one of the guys from a cipher, he's a consulman, he works for the mayor of this city. So we talked to him like, yo, our teacher was snapped by the cops, man. We gotta free him. And up until this day, man, they still killing our indigenous peoples, our social leaders. It's a daily thing, man. And black people also been suffering a lot from this. So we're struggling, man, wherever we be. um, we will be keep on spreading Allah's knowledge, for the growth of the nation, for the growth of who we are, and to get knowledge of self, man. That's the base and foundation. And I think that, for the most part, for people here in Central South America, and actually many parts of the Caribbean, hip hop has become that way, because when you create something, you start thinking about yourself. When you go on, and I go to teach a little child how to rap, or how to make a graffiti, how to make a step, breaking, b-boying, or DJing, he will think like for himself, like, yo, who I am, what I am going to create with this knowledge that I have. So I think hip hop has been instrumental, man, in building knowledge of self for the youngsters, running the streets of all these hoods, man. There is a lot of things happening all across these places, but we're doing the work, man. I know that there are many histories that have been told through years, but now we come, man. We come with the knowledge of the foundation of who we really are, man. When we talk about the Asiatic black man, we're talking about these tribes. If you see the tribes that are running through the Amazon, they call them savages because any missionary or any Christian that tries to get there, he will get snapped. He will get an arrow in his head, man, right in his neck. Because they be killing white people, like for sport. They can come across these indigenous tribes, and when you get there, you find out they are civilized black indigenous peoples, all across the Amazon. And that's right here in Brazil, Peru, Colombia. You have all these original civilizations that up until this day, they keep their rituals. They know about their ancestors, from thousands years ago. That's something that we don't have, maybe in North America, but here, the thing is different, man. People know that their ancestry, and up until this day, we keep on fighting to preserve our culture, our history, and work for the progress of the nation.
Hey, you know what I think is very unique about the
Yeah.
thing that you're saying is that, for me being a brother from the 80s, right? That you know, kind of the cocaine culture, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like that was exported from down there that came up here that had such a negative impact on me for me to you know what I'm saying, communicate with you now, for you to tell me that, yo, you know what? Yeah, we never prospered from that. You understand what I'm saying? Like this is something that, you know what I mean? Because in our minds, like you come from Medellin, that all we know about Medellin is Pablo and
Yeah.
cocaine, New York City.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what
Yeah. I know. I
I mean?
know.
So it's on just so many levels. You know what I'm saying? Of saying that, yo, you know, that nah, it wasn't what I thought it was. And then it wasn't just that it wasn't what I thought it was, it's way more than I ever thought it was.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Who was the actual people that's like, okay, now this is what's left. You know what? Yeah, that's the same thing that happened where I was at. See, like, look,
Mm-hmm.
we got a brother right here from LA, all in the business. You know what I'm saying? And people from all over the different places. Sarah Jackson, we got Sarah Jackson in here. You know what I'm saying? And we all had so many experiences, right? Where what they call colonialism, imperialism, whatever it
Mm-hmm.
was. See, when we look at South America, right, and Central America, mostly what we think of, right, is the Spanish culture.
Yeah,
And
I
we
know.
don't look at all the other existence that was there like that. The Spanish culture, they just imposed themselves
Yeah,
on all these original people that already existed, that already had their existence in their way of life. Like you said, the indigenous people, because like right now, see, we when we experience it, right, it'd be like the environmental people, where they talking about the Amazon, but yeah, you're
mm-hmm.
not really talking about the whole history of the time and the whole sciences of the cultures, what's going on down here. You understand what I'm saying? But look, in terms of this is another question I have to have, because you know when you me and you hit each other on Instagram already, and you was telling me about how y'all from the Canary Islands all the way to Central America. You know what I'm saying? So how are y'all bringing all that together?
Okay, so it was by the what I can say, man, by the leadership or the huge work, a massive and beautiful work that has been done uh, by Infinite Seven Mind.
Right.
Infinite Seven Mind is a god. He's from Miami.
That's my
So
brother.
so he's the one, man. He's the one that connected us. And there was already gaps, building in Venezuela, building in other places. And what we did was connect. I was building with some gaps, and we connected everything. I know we came together. We have this WhatsApp group. During this pandemic, there is a lot of crazy things that have been going down. Things like that. There is going on right now with you and me this 10 years ago, man, 5 years ago, I don't think this could happen. It was because of this COVID and all these things that they forced us to stay at home and to keep on trying all these things, all this technology and all. I myself, I'm a systems engineer. So I got my degree, man. And I love technology, man, and everything that is coming new, and how you can use it as a tool to build your nation, because we need to take heed of these technologies. So basically what happened was that, like, yo, we all on WhatsApp, we all on Facebook, social media, and things of that nature. Okay, I know we got Big Brother, right now looking at this YouTube channel because of what we're talking about. We know we got all these people, stealing our information and all these type of things. But we are who we are. We the true and living, man. We don't have nothing to hide. We work for the people. So we got these groups. We got together, and we started to share every day. The supreme mathematics, the alphabet. We started to put together like a curriculum for the newborn. Oh yeah. So man, that's where everything came down by the hand of Infinite Seven Mind, and then connecting with all the different gods on earth, all across from Mexico to Argentina, man. We building, and we together. We actually in the works of translating 120. When you ask me if I already have 120, I'm like, yo, I have studied them in English, but to actually memorize them, I gotta have them in Spanish. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got, yeah, yeah, you know what I mean? Because yeah, I got English, but this is not my natural language, because I learned English by myself. I never get to a language academy. I have never been in the States. It's just myself studying.
Right.
I've been self-taught since I was really young. So I speak English because of me, because I start to learn. But to memorize all 120, I'll be like, yeah, you know some, but I need it in Spanish, and we are in the work of translating it so we can be able to start creating, you know, the ciphers that we need to have over here. Because right now, like everybody has the history about the nation, the history about how we come together, where the lessons come from, supreme mathematics and alphabet. That's where we get right now with the cipher that we have. But we are going to get deeper, man, and it's going to be tough. But it's all because they put us in our houses, so we needed to skate through this media. And no, they can stop us, man. No, they can stop us.
Hmm. Hey man, and it's this is beautiful to me, man, because when I first got the knowledge, it was like a local thing. It was like, yo, we was in the five boroughs.
Hmm.
There was a couple of people, that was like upstate New York. New Jersey is. I mean, now look, the brothers from New Jersey, they're gonna feel some kind of way about this. But New Jersey is kind of like a part of New York. So New Jersey was a part of it, but we really didn't. I never visualized it getting to this level like this where I can have a conversation with a brother from, like I said, my knowledge of Medellin, Colombia was based on Pablo Escobar, really. You
Yeah,
understand what
no.
I'm saying? So now, for me to see that, yo, I mean, it's almost like a thing where, like, listen, I was one of the people that was building towards this kind of thing happening, but it still impresses me a certain kind of way that, yo, I can speak to a brother right now from Medellin, Colombia, that's 5%. You know what I'm saying? And look, everything what y'all doing, man. Listen, man. This is the whole point of the point. Like, listen, a man didn't die for no reason. Mean that, look, Allah was younger than me when, you know what I'm saying, he returned to the essence, man, so that we could all exist.
Hmm.
So now, after all this time, man, to see that, yo, this is how far it went. This is this is uh this is supreme to me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
even
yeah.
I'm sure you heard some of the things that, yeah, how we used to be and everything, and how that was because we was in one neighborhood.
Hmm.
So that, yeah, if you didn't know your lessons, we come to your house. Yeah, I'm one of those brothers that come to your house. You know what I'm saying? But now,
Uh-huh.
to see that the knowledge has expanded so far that now I can't come to your house. But
Yeah, yeah.
we can communicate with each other like this. See, this is how I listen. The internet is what it is. But look,
Hmm.
if for nothing else, yo, listen, this is what I got out of it. That I never would have came in tune with you. I don't look. See, now look, I'm from the Bronx. I don't know if you know the history up there, but a lot of the Puerto Ricans that migrated from Puerto Rico, they came to the Bronx.
Hmm.
And so I speak a little bit of Spanish.
Está bien, hermano. Paz
But
Dios.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You know what I'm saying? But look, I never thought in my wildest imagination at that time that I would
Yeah,
be speaking to somebody from Medellin, Colombia. You know what I'm saying?
truth be told,
So
man. Truth be told.
I'm saying, so what's the in terms of how brothers is elevating, right? Because you said y'all just starting to translate the 120 in the Spanish, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now listen, there's one thing I'm gonna tell you about it is that even in America, right, of all the Bibles, you got the the Catholic Bible, right? You
Mm-hmm.
have the the original, the Greek Bible, you have the Hebrew version. We in particular deal with the King James version
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know
because
about that.
because that was the version that was used to enslave us.
Uh-huh.
So in order for us to get back out, we had to understand that part of it.
Mm-hmm.
So uh as you translate it into Spanish for the people, right?
Mm-hmm.
What about the understanding? You understand what I mean? Because the understanding is born from the knowledge and wisdom. So
Uh-huh.
in particular, us as the 5% in America, we don't use the Catholic Bible. And I'm gonna tell you something that's important about that. It has something to do with the way we was indoctrinated. They see
That's
one
right.
reason why in America a mulatto population was never accepted was because in the Protestant religion, you're not supposed to be having sex with your slaves.
Mm.
See, in the Catholic religion, you can have sex with the slaves and then go do confession.
Mm.
And then you can use these people, right, as different people. Look, we got Mr. 120 in here. Uh, you know, but look, see a lot of times, right, the Caucasian man, he used these mulatto populations, right, to he gives them a little bit more rights, and then he uses them to oppress the population of black and brown seeds
Mm-hmm.
because that's according to his law of save the unalike and destroy the light. You know what I'm saying? So how does that play itself out and manifest itself in the teachings that y'all doing over there? In terms of y'all teaching people like, yo, who you really are. Like, see, over here, we got to do that. Well, listen,
Mm-hmm.
you got to make your decision. You with us or you with them. So, like I
Yeah,
said, look,
over here is pretty
he's
rough,
charismatic. He's a
Uh,
he's a Hispanic brother. Like we got a lot of look, Sunyas, Infinite Mind, like you said. See, they could make a decision, say, nah, we gonna be with the white side. See, like you in particular, I'm looking at you. You can't really be with the white side. You're clearly one of us. So how does that manifest itself in y'all teachings? How y'all dealing with over there?
okay, so in terms of the understanding of the lessons, is a pretty hard work because as you said, most Spanish people from here, they are really Catholic. They are really Catholic, and they most people, even my mama, man, all my family, everybody be praying to white little Jesus, man. So it's pretty hard to get the people into knowledge of self, and even into acknowledging, what's hard over here, to tell a brother the simplest thing: yo, you have indigenous blood, you are part indigenous, because indigenous peoples are original to these lands. And that's hard. Right there, most people get triggered by that. Like, everybody over here wants to be, most girls over here look European. You see them, and you will think that they are from Italy, from France, and things of that nature, because that's cultural here. You know, most people over here, 80% can be Catholic. So it has been a pretty hard work. But what we do is first to get people into knowledge of self, acknowledging who they really are. So that's like the easiest part to get there. And as I told you, we always, we get in the point to saying, yo, you need to project who are you going to be. And you need to understand, and to make that happen, you need to understand where do you come from. So we gotta go all the way back. The same things that I was talking to you when I started, these are the same things I gotta tell these brothers and sisters when we start to teach the knowledge of self. This is your real ancestry. Don't think that what they taught you at the school, because most of the schools over here, this got this assignment, religion, and what they teach. Why little Jesus? All about the Catholic Church, and that's something that goes from first grade to 11th grade. So, man, it's a massive mission. What we do is to create that atmosphere where where the young people can say, yeah, my roots, my ancestry, this is what it is, and then we connect them to universal principles. When we get them to start getting knowledge of selves, we connect them to universal principles. So then when we present to them supreme mathematics, they will understand better, like, yo, that's real. And we come because when you say, so when you tell somebody from here, you're like, yo, the original man is the Asiatic black man. When you tell somebody from here that, they be like, yo, you crazy? What are you talking about? Out there in North America, it might be common to you, when you talk about the black man, they say, yo, that's real, that's facts. But over here, people be like, yo, you crazy. So it's pretty hard, man. We gotta go a little bit back, and we gotta speak a different language to get people into the understanding of the lessons. You know what I'm saying? And from the point of view that you was speaking about the different versions, right now we are working with firstborn prince lessons. That's what we're working right now, like in the translation level. That's the lessons that we have.
Right. That's who taught me. I got the down from firstborn prince. Now look, I'm gonna ask you a question, because a lot of times, they really stress the history of the Mayans, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they tell this history of how the Mayans had all these predictions that some white person with red hair was going to show up, and this person was going to be God, right? But I'm saying that from your perspective, right? From the outside too, we also see the Olmec heads, which look to me clearly, these are original people. So I'm saying, from the people in South America, who do y'all see yourselves as related to, and how do those Olmec, those you know what I mean, the pyramids, the Olmec heads with the people with the noses like yours, you know what I mean? How do y'all feel that they related to y'all?
Yeah, like people, like common people from here. You gotta divide. You gotta divide people, because there is indigenous peoples, as I told you, there is indigenous peoples keeping their tradition. There in Mexico, there is a city in Teotihuacan that is called the city of the gods.
Right.
Literally, in Aztec, that's the city of the gods. So indigenous peoples from there, they know they are gods. They know they are gods, goddesses, earths. They know that, you know, and they might have no, they might not have 120, but they know they gods. You know, they know their roots, and they keep it. And this is, you know, people that has kept their tradition for years, you know, for thousands of years, you know. So people are really, you know, rooted into their ancestry. Most people in plenty of parts of Mexico, Nicaragua, Honduras, you got indigenous peoples, and you see their faces, and they black, you know, but they are Asiatic, you know what I'm saying? So up until this day, they keep their tradition and their culture, and they know where they came from. But speaking about common people, like the people you see, let's talk about the 85%. You know, it's really hard. They don't know nothing about these things. You know, many people doesn't even grasp. You know, like the doesn't even scratch the deeds of their ancestry and where they came from. You know, there is a whole bunch of people that, and not even that, they don't want to be related with them. You know, like we don't care about that. Yeah, that happened, but I don't care about that. You know, so that's like the 85% over here is that we deal with that type of people, as you were speaking, like mostly Spanish people. You know, people that they think they. You know what's hard over here? There is people up until this day that still thinking that the coming of criminal Columbus was a blessing from this continent. You know, that
Hmm.
when you think about that, you will say like, "Yo, these people is fucked up," you know, because up until this day they thinking like that, like, "Yo, it was a blessing. Without Christopher Columbus, we will be able to this and that." You know what I'm saying? So when you deal with people like that, it's a mission. We are not suicidal mission. Let me tell you, guys.
Hmm.
It's crazy when they see us like, yo, you are another thing, you know, like.
You know what I have seen, because just from the outside looking in, right? I've seen that there's a couple of indigenous tribes, right, where they might be in the so that they might be in the Amazon, and the people is trying to come in the area and cut down trees or whatever. They don't even care about
Mm-hmm.
it. They're just saying like, "Yo, son, you in our home, like we not with what you saying," but they're painting them a certain kind of way. Just like, see,
Mm-hmm.
where you at, you might be thinking, oh, people is in Chicago or people is in LA or they in Brooklyn or whatever, and they wilding out. Like, no, 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 no. You're wilding out, and this is, we trying to throw off the yoke of your oppression.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But look, I want you to stay on the line, right? I'm gonna come back on because we're gonna get into a topic. You know what I'm saying? You might be interested in this, right? Um,
Okay.
about some politics that's going on in America right now. We
Okay.
you know what I'm saying? We dealing with a level of freedom, justice, and equality of what we dealing with. And look, if you want to add on, let me know. I'm gonna mute you for right now. You know what I'm saying? But if you want to add on, let me know. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Good.
But
Yeah, cause I could, you know, live and then get into the YouTube channel, I get into the live, and I will be writing down comments and shit. If you if you
right,
if you
yeah,
want.
yeah. If you in the comment, yeah, get in the comments.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. That's perfect. So thank you for the opportunity, man. Peace to the God, peace to the gods on the earth watching. This
Listen,
was Mighty Collapses, man, reaching out from Medellin, Colombia. Um,
thank you for the opportunity, man, of letting us know that we did our job, man. At least a little bit to get this knowledge out to, you know what I'm saying, all these different places, man. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, man. But
okay.
right now, what we're going to get into is we're gonna get into the atom and positive and negative. You know what I'm saying? And Ice Cube and the contract on Black America. And I didn't get a chance to do the knowledge to it as much as I would have wanted to do it. Peace Natural, Original Seed. I think Original Seed. Hold on, let me put the link in here because I think Original Seed. I think you got some things to add on to this, as well as a lot of people's got that. I think it's gonna have some to add on to this. And see, first of all, what I was saying, is that listen, we live in a reality that consists of atoms. You see, when we say I stimulate life and matter, right? You got to stimulate life and matter from atoms. Because the basic building block of life is the cell. And the basic building block of the cell is atoms. See, yesterday we dealing with the alkaline water and whatever. Y'all talking about different atoms. And what happens when I take them into the body and absorb them, and they react with the other atoms that's in my body. But when we deal with the science of atoms, right, this is what we got to understand is that, see, in an atom is protons and electrons. So if we live in a reality that's comprised of atoms, what that means is that there's positive and negative in everything. In everything that we deal with. But let's keep it 100. I come on here, I'm blowing the things up. But don't think that, I just spend, the whole time. See, one of the reasons why I'm able to see so much of reality is because I dealt with both sides. I dealt with positive and negative. And so that's what enables me to see the levels of right and wrong. See, sometimes we get caught up in thinking, oh, these people are good and these people are bad. No, there's protons, neutrons, and electrons. Like, look, listen, Donald Trump has protons in him, and Joe Biden has electrons in him. So no matter how you see them, what I'm telling you is both of them got positive and negative in them. And all of us have positive and negative things. Now, which ones is we going to manifest? And how we going to manifest it? That's a certain science that we got to deal with when we deal with all the people. I'm saying that, listen, of the teachers that's in here, when you run into the gangbangers in your neighborhood, listen, they got some positive stuff about it. I don't care how much they did in your neighborhood. I don't care how much heinous it was in them. If they exist, they got atoms in them. And so it's positive and negative. And see, the only person that decides for them which one they got to live out is Yakub. So like I said, who takes his brother's right before he gives him a chance to live it out? If Yakub would have let Esau, maybe Esau would have said, "Oh, you want to make the devil?" Yeah, maybe Esau would agree with him. How he knew that? He didn't give him a chance. And so, in particular, relating that to where, like, look, I heard people talking about the Ice Cube and the contract on black people. I heard people talking about that. And, brothers asked me, how I see it. All right, what's this? Who's this? Florian Lamb. Florian Lamb. If you want to what's name, I really don't understand your email that you sent me. But I from what I read, I didn't get a chance to read it all the way like I wanted to. The contract with Black America. But and listen, if there's anything that anyone else knows that I wasn't able to see from what I read or whatever, where's the part that people are saying that Ice Cube was working with Trump? Like if somebody has a particular part what they saying that Ice Cube was working with Trump, right? What was that part? Bayron Patino. Peace. Listen, Bayron, I'm not exactly sure. Uh, Bayron Patino, peace, brother. Welcome to the channel. Uh, wait, you saying somebody saying they me? Somebody you ran into somebody that was saying it was me. Or you saying that I ran into somebody saying it was you? Because see, and I hate to toot my own horn here, but it's only one Christ. It's only one Christ. Really, listen. If somebody came and told you that they was me, tell them show and prove. Oh yeah, you probably got to call me and tell me what it is. But let's get back to the point where we were saying. It's that I observed. I didn't read it all the way through. Like I said, I was going to do before we came back on. Oh, let's see. Let's see what this is about. I think. Hold on. This is peace.
Yo, who's beat off that stretch code feature? Is that already on the beat, or do you need a beat for that?
Nah, he sent me example.
Oh, you've already got some.
Yeah,
Right.
but nah, it's something. He probably needs it. But
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Holla at him.
All right, no doubt. I'm all right.
All right. Peace. When in the network, they was talking about Ras Fresco I can't. I don't know what's the guy's righteous name. You know, he's I got love for the guy, but yeah, I didn't. You know, but yeah, me and him about to rap or something. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, like, look, even you got right. You got look. You got. We ain't seen each other in what about 25, 27 years, something like that. Me and you got ain't seen each other years, missing days. You see, when we came back to tune, I knew who he was, and he knew who I was. Our power. That's the guy's name. Raz Fresco. Yeah, our power. Let's say that. You understand what I mean? Born Love Allah Supreme said people were saying Q working with Trump because he spoke with their administration. Q said he is not working with either party. He is presenting a contract for whichever party wins. And that's what I'm saying. Is at the end of the day, when I read it, the part that I read in this thing with, I mean, where's the part that you could point out where you could say, hold up, all right, that's probably what Trump said. Like, think about that part. Say, what's the part where you could say that, hold up, we came together, we was making a deal, right? Whatever we was negotiating on. Yeah, that's probably the part that Trump added on. I didn't see that part. To me, like Born Love Allah Supreme said, yo, this you could have gave that to Obama. The plan that he gave, it don't seem. I don't see the part like you saying. Like, hold up, this is saying that yo, everything was going down. Then Trump said, hold up. But what about the brothers in jail though? We need to do something about that. Like, what was the part what you're saying that Trump put in? I saw what you saw, Born Love Allah Supreme. When I read it, it looked like he was saying, all right, Trump, you want our vote? This is what we want. Biden, you want our vote? This is what we want. Now, look, I didn't agree with it 100%. There's some language I would have changed. There's some concepts I would have changed. But see, some of this, man, is we got to learn how to be a nation. Just like we got to learn how to be a family. Like, you know how, like, you ever been in a situation like this, right? Where, look, your moms come in, right? You got your brothers, sisters. You might even have some cousins and some friends there. And your mom said, what y'all want for dinner? And you said, I want burgers. And your cousin said, we want Franks. You know, the other dude, yeah, we want Franks. And then all of a sudden, mom said, oh, yeah, Franks won out. We making Franks. Especially because Frank did, what burgers? I got to do all this. See, Franks, I just throw them right there. So, you know, your moms, especially, oh, y'all gave me the easy way out. Yeah, that's what you take. That ever happened to you before? But did you disown your brothers and sisters that asked for Franks? Did you disown your cousins or your friends or whoever that asked for Franks? This is something we got to understand that, listen, man, when we make a vote of whatever it is, so that's what they be saying with America. Like, okay, you voted for Hillary Clinton, but we still got to be a nation. I'm not, and see, in particular, this is me. I'm not going to agree with nothing. If it did, hold up. You gonna tell me something to take 22 pages and you think I'm gonna agree with all of it? You got the wrong cat. Like Supreme Man, is my man. This is God. This is my brother. Like, yo, we from the stone of the rock. And we don't agree on everything. But we still got to be family. We still got to be who we are. Like we've been through all types of things. And then came back to being who we are. So that's just something you know we got to learn as original people to get over that. So just because we don't agree on one thing, we don't gotta tear the whole thing down. But I'm saying when I did the knowledge to it, I would have to say, look, I agree with enough of it that I'm with it. Especially, you know, if it's open when he's saying that, listen, you know, people can add on, but I got to put the idea out there. You know, I didn't see, can anyone point out to me the part where you could say, hold up, yeah, see, this is what Trump added on. Supreme Man said Cube wants either party to be held accountable. The Democrats attack anybody who talks to Trump, and black people fear Trump like the mystery devil. The mystery devil. See, that's a whole piece, God. See, because we always talk about the mystery God. You see, I like that. The mystery devil. So if you talk to him, they say you down with him, and that's just dumb. You know what I'm saying? Joseph said at least the idea is now out there that, hey, the original black family is in shambles, and why this hasn't been addressed on a bipartisan level. As W said, that's understanding being in the family. Because listen, when you in the family, look, some people, you know, they get up a little bit earlier than you and they go in the bathroom. What are you going to do? Kick the door open and beat them down? Like SW said, you got to have a level. And see, like I always said, when your desire to be understood supersedes your desire to have understanding, that's when you start dealing with confusion. That's when you deal with six. See, understanding will not be understood because some people, see, in order for understanding to be understood, the people that's dealing with understood, they also got the desire to have understanding. Well, how are they going to deal with what's understood? Kendall Rowland, welcome to the channel. You know, do the each one teach one for me. Hit the like button. If you like what you've been hearing, hit subscribe. You know, but Kendall Rowland says, wait, let me back up. See, what happened is, pardon me, Kendall Rowland, you knew. I talk too much sometimes. I talk too much sometimes and I get caught up, I get backed up with the comments. But Kendall Rowland said, when it comes to Trump and Biden, we got to get out of our feelings and be about our business. See, Kendall Rowland, that's exactly what I'm saying. Because see, how they refer to it is the business of politics. And you're right, all of a sudden, we get to have friends in this, like, yo, why do we have a dog in that fight? That's what makes me look at you. Why do we have a dog in that fight? Like you got Trump going at it with Biden. Like, this is what I'm saying. You know, and look, y'all have all made fun of me. Y'all have all made fun of me. We all had our laughs. I'm a Knicks fan. What I'm saying is that when the Lakers and Miami, dude, those are both long-term Knicks rivals. I don't have a dog in that fight. I don't care who wins. I can congratulate the Lakers. Y'all did y'all thing, but it was I didn't even care. I wasn't for the Lakers, and I was definitely not for Miami. I don't have a dog in that fight. Just as a fan of basketball itself, I can say who I think is going to win, who I thought got a better chance of winning. So at the same time in politics, I don't have a dog in that fight. However, what Ice Cube presented is okay, yeah, whoever wins, this is what I think you should do. This is what I think you should institute. You know, to me, like for instance, let's just say one thing, but see, that's between me and Ice Cube. That's not between me and them. That's between me and Ice Cube. Is that to me, I think you need to be very, very, very specific about education. And my reason is because of the Plessy versus Ferguson decision, which wasn't very specific, and so then it didn't benefit us. And after that, the Brown versus Board education, the Brown versus Board education decision, which did not work out the way we wanted it to. So this is why I think you need to have a very specific point of view, in terms of how realistic, meaning uh, what's the likelihood of them agreeing with this and actually living it out. That's one thing that I would say. And this is not a knock on Ice Cube. This is just saying that the loopholes in the system to negate all of the positive things that he said, they already exist. So when he's saying that, yo, we should put more funding into the schools, like for instance, there's a brother, Universal 7, that he comes in a lot, he builds with us all the time. And he was saying that how he was a part of one of these schools that was a new school. And that in the way he saw it that year, they constantly had them marching and putting them on the line, and they was always trying to use them as an example, but that he doesn't, his the way he see it, they never really received all this extra education. There was no real benefit to that happening for him. You understand what I mean? As somebody who has the knowledge right now, he's looking back. You know what I'm saying? Look, Supreme Man, SW, myself, we was people that came in the wake of Brown versus Board of Education, because like I said, when Brown versus Board of Education was passed, I don't know, I'm gonna have to look that up. But they was given a certain amount of time to implement that law. So schools were still segregated in many places. Like there was actually, I think Supreme Man, I'm gonna ask you, Supreme Man, am I correct when I say that in Virginia, there was a year that there just was no school? That the people that was there, that was in power, said, yo, if the only choice is that we're gonna have to let black boys go to school with white girls, then we just ain't gonna have school. There was a place, it was either Virginia or North Carolina, where there was not school for a whole year because they refused to implement integration. So there's a certain aspect of it where it's like, in terms of will this really ever be implemented? But that's besides the point. That's not that's between me and Ice Cube. That's not about what he presented to them. That's between me and Ice Cube. So okay, what we gonna do if they don't? That's where we gotta, I didn't really when I read it, like what part are you saying like, okay, he's working with Ice Cube, right? Or he's working with Trump, right? Okay, so out of the whole plan, what's the parts that you could say, all right, yeah, that probably came from Trump. Yves Yves Pantaleon from the Philippines. Peace, Yves. You know what I'm saying? Welcome to the channel. Right now, we speaking on something in particular dealing with America, but look, for all the new people that came in, I'm sure you have some kind of understanding, but look, we right here in the seat of where the snakes is. And so if we cause change right here, that change is going to reverberate around the world. But if you care to come on and express to us what some of the changes that need to occur where you at, we open to that. I'm gonna put the link right here. You know what I'm saying? That's what one thing we doing today is we saying peace. Introduce yourself to the family. It's only been 25 years. I don't think it's been because wait, my I'm pretty sure you got when you came out here. How many sons I had? How many children I had? I remember you coming out here. I only had one son. You should be in the class with us. He's it's 2020. Yeah, you might be right. He about to be next year. He's gonna be 27. So it's possible about 25 years. You about right. But that's still been a good minute. That's been a good minute. So Supreme Man said, Luke Cage. It's been a minute. Luke Cage. Infinite Mind. We've been waiting for you because your brothers, we had one of your brothers on earlier. The guy from Medellin. You understand what I'm saying? And basically, yeah, we've been seeing what you've been doing. You listen, you up there with the greatest of all time. Hey, look, where's is VCR in the room? See, look, Infinite Mind. See, Infinite Mind and LeBron, they're like this, greatest of all time, greatest of all time. The rest of us, we gotta stay in our lane. But see, Infinite Mind and LeBron, the GOATs. This Pantaleon, yeah, I look, I got one of my best teachers that I influenced them, is Filipino freedom. He did his thing. I don't teach students, I teach teachers. So one of the greatest teachers that I taught was Filipino freedom. So I know about over there. You know what I'm saying? So Supreme Man said then they connected Q's business partner with Trump on face value, but Hillary was down with Trump before he got in politics, and the Dems said nothing face value skip scared politics or sacred politics. But either way, Supreme Man, one thing you always manifest is same bird, different wings, but it's still the same bird, still flying in the same directions. You understand what I'm saying? So, this is what I mean, because I really didn't pay attention to it until it kept coming up. But yeah, I don't get it. I don't see what people are saying about Ice Cube. And I could be, maybe I'm biased because, I was a fan of Ice Cube, you know what I mean? And he's somebody that I seen that he battled his way through a lot of things. Like in the way I see it, we made Friday what it was. Like it might have been some images in there or whatever that he had to put in there in order to get it through. But we made Friday what it was. And then over the time, he had to do things to earn respect in that realm of the film industry. That, listen, I may not agree with, but I'm saying, I think, look, I'm saying I took the time to see this contract with Black America for what it is. And I understand what everybody else is saying, because this is the key. We don't want the contract with Black America to become a contract on Black America. In everybody that's being vigilant has a right to be vigilant. They have a reason, they have multiple reasons to be vigilant. Like I said, because, one of the most important things within the contract for me is dealing with education. What we going to deal with our youth? How we going to reduce the trauma that our youth is dealing with? And in that realm, like I said, we've had Plessy versus Ferguson, and we've had Brown versus Board of Education. So anybody who's being hyper vigilant, let me say that too. I'm not against what you say, but he did say, from what I understand, that it's open. It's open for different people to come and add on. You understand what I mean? So if he's going to do it like that, then in terms of him saying that, yo, look, we got to get this idea out there. Because like I said, look, what he's doing, and this is what I've been teaching. I'm not being brand new. We've got to raise up the level for what we're doing. Like the person we voting for, we just voting for him in hopes that he's going to understand what we're saying when we didn't say it. That's not the 5% sign. If that's what you mean, that's what you better manifest. And what you manifest is what you better mean. So what I personally saw was just something that, look, he could have presented this in the last administration to Obama. He can represent it to the next administration if Trump wins, if Biden wins, whoever. But we got to start putting this up here to say, okay, because see, everybody's saying we're going to be on code. And if you notice, that's always been my question. Okay, but what's the code? Okay, he put a certain kind of code. You're not with these issues, we're not voting for you. we give it to both sides. You know, now don't get me wrong. That might be. I mean, did he? And this is a question because I read the contract for what it was. Did he? Did he also present it to Biden? Question to the room. This I'm asking. I don't know. Oh man, I gotta catch up. Can somebody? I need a person. I need a designated person, right? When I'm talking too much, I need a designated person to stop me. I don't know who that's going to be. Somebody volunteer their services. Because I don't know. Okay, so Joseph said, at least make these people address the black family solely. You want this vote, and we get what? That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like, look, because we do that in the hood. What you ready to do for that change? If somebody come through rocking gold jewelry, right? They come through rocking gold necklace. We ask them, yo, what you ready to do for that change? Yo, what they ready to do for this vote? What? I mean, I don't see the funny part. SW said, I told y'all they made him the devil that instills fear, the orange guy. That's what I'm saying. But wait, but I just want you to listen. And SW, you know, because we go way back. How did he turn from red to orange? Just the devil in general. How did that happen? How did they go from red to orange? 793rd said the all-powerful mystery devil, like the Wizard of Oz. So Byron Patino, I suppose this is one of our new brothers that's coming in tune with us from South America. He said he got his 1 in 10 and 1 in 36 and half of the 1 in 14. You know, one thing Byron Patino on this live is that we really value the knowledge degree in 1 in 10. You see, this is another reason why I value it that much. Because this is the only way for me and Mr. 120, me and the brothers that's coming into us, because we the original man, and what it says in that degree is what brings us together. That's why I love that. Or one of the reasons I love that degree. You know what I'm saying? Mr. 120 said if Q was out there promoting violence and self-destruction, you right. When he was the Q that I came to know and love, nobody was saying nothing. And listen, that's a part of what I was saying about how we promote this culture that just, really traumatizes us. We promote this like when as soon as somebody comes outside of the trauma and starts manifesting something, then we act like this is crazy. Mr. Spock, even though he was in here, Mr. Spock said it's been a business since the 13th Amendment and before, and that's what I'm saying. Is that we've already seen and see what you're saying, right? Is look, but that's our business with Ice Cube in terms of we need to keep in mind that there's been many laws and policies instituted, right? And then there's laws and policies that's instituted right after that negates all the benefit that we can achieve from that. So that right now they saying that whatever was the benefit of the civil rights movement, that the black man is now in the negative, meaning that whatever benefit that came from that, we don't got that, and now we're less than what we was, or we're benefiting from the society that we taking a part of less than we did before these laws was passed. Supreme Man, yeah, the Lake Show got the chip. All right, shut up, man. I didn't said that. We don't need you to whatever you want to do. You ain't rubbing it in over here. But yeah, we heard you. The Lake Show got the chip. Said Joe Self said, now it's devilish meant to cause trouble amongst the devil. Like the Dems want me to save them from the orange man. I'm like, what? See, we don't have to cause trouble amongst the devil. And this is one thing I think that is kind of left out. This is one thing that when we deal with all these different sciences, right? The devil has never gotten along. They was born from secrecy and telling on each other. Who the one over there? Yes. They was born from that. They've never gotten along. We got to cause trouble amongst them. Trouble just exists amongst them. See, they cause trouble amongst us. Like the different tribes that we came from, we might have never experienced each other over there. Don't get me wrong, it's the devil, they dealing with separation. But I'm saying if you from, Great Ghana, you might have never experienced people on the Gold Coast. But now that we over here, we fighting against each other. They had to cause trouble. We got to cause them trouble amongst them. The Greeks was fighting amongst each other. It was really when the Xerxes and them and Darius and all that, when they came, that's what caused them to unite. But they always had conflict amongst each other. All we gotta do is one situation where look, I think so I got a situation I'm dealing with that right now. Well, look, I could jump in, but you know what? Nah, just leave you alone. I'll let you fall on your own. I ain't got to do that. See, that's what it means when they say, look, you die your own iniquity. Now, if you keep going, your blood will I require down hand. But see, right now, hold up, let me step back. Go ahead. Because that's what you do. That's what they do. Kendra Rowland said, I saw a video when Trump had a town hall meeting with only black people before he was elected, and he asked black people, what do you want? And I mean, you know, see, they disturbed our science, right? Of alike and unlike, black and brown. Now, if I'm on in tune with what you're saying, right, is that listen, man, being that they don't have really no alliance. Like, look, even how many people remember the American Revolution? the American Revolution had, they was fighting against the British Empire. But one of the things they did to win, right, was that they brought in the French Empire. I don't know if I said this on the live while I just was talking about this, right? But one of the places, right, remember the American Revolution, one of the things was about taxation without representation. And one of the reasons that that taxation came upon was because the French and the British had a war over the Midwest, like the Ohio River Valley and all over there, the Mississippi. The French and Americans had a war over that. And the French lost. So they was upset, right? But the British won, but they spent all their money in order to win that war. And so in order to get their money back, they started instituting all these taxes. And that's where the taxation without representation came from. And the reason why the French jumped in and helped the Americans was because they were still tight because they lost that war. And so even though the people who was in America at that time, right, that the George Washington and all them, they was British. Benjamin Franklin, they was British. They was British citizens. But they brought in the French because we had a politically, we had a common cause. And that's all it is. It's not, we're not your friends. But you're going to help us get back at those dudes we got beef with. And you're going to help us get these cats as taxes us off our back. All right, then we're going to make an alliance right now. See, what has happened is we become too romantically involved with this coalition that was formed in the 60s to overcome the Republican domination. So when they tell you about the McCarthy, when he was against the communists and all that, that was because the Republicans was dominating. In order to come back, they built up this coalition. And now these are the people that you're seeing that's mad with Ice Cube. That's like, yo, you're breaking our bond with this coalition. I don't got no bond with that coalition. So that's why I don't have no problem with Ice Cube. If he's saying he's going there, he's telling people, listen, man, it's about to be an election. So you're gonna need our vote, right? All right, this is what we want. Like I said, I don't agree 100% with everything what he said, but listen, I'm saying that, okay, look, this is what we want. Yeah, I got a problem with that. Like, don't get me wrong, it could be other things that I don't know what happened. I didn't look at everything, but I'm saying when I looked at this contract, it just seems like things that look, he could have gave that to Obama. He could give it to Biden. I don't see what part, what's the part in there where you saying, like, hold up, all right, we were sitting down, right? And Trump was like, yo, all right, look, everything what you're saying, right? But now I ain't with it unless you're going to do jail reform. That's what you're saying? Where's the part where you saying that Trump was like, hold up. You said that? All right, but nah. We got to put education in here. We ain't no education in there. I ain't with it. I didn't see that part. And for the mindset of law worker, man, Lindsay to get what he wanted from the government for us. Lindsay was a Republican. 2020 is a different time. Different how they still they side. We still outside. They flipping bounce over there. Why should we react to that? And they said the Democrats are the ones who are guilty of running the government like a business. And not only that, but they're guilty of being in control of most of these cities where we at. In most of these big cities, the political structure is either original people who are Democrats or, you know, so yeah, I agree with you 100% right there. Supreme Man said the Democrats have done very little for the original people for decades, so it's time they give up something for all these votes. As for Virginia, I can't recall that. Yeah, what did I say about Virginia? This is the part where I be telling you, stop me. Somebody come on the live and say, Christ, catch up. You going, what someone said, uh, either way, my point is, I don't have a dog in that fight. I don't care. Like people were saying, yo, we did like anti-Trump. Anti-Trump. Let me tell y'all one more time. I'm anti-establishment. I'm anti-establishment. And when I say anti-establishment, I mean only a fool could leave the Democrats out of that. But maybe somebody had jogged my memory about what I was talking about Virginia. What's this here? Joseph said, look, nobody can convince me Biden is going to help. He's a blatant racist. He's just too senile to hide it. I mean, he's on the record. That's a problem that I have. But I don't understand how Biden can be on the record for the things that he's done. And somehow it's like, yo, Trump has spent the most of his time trying to defend himself from attacks. He hasn't even had it. Like, look, I'm just saying policy for policy. Tell me one policy Obama did to help us. Tell me one policy Trump did to hurt us. For me, I'm not on either side. I'm open. I'm open to whatever you say about that. Infinite Mind said two wings of the same bird. Exactly. You know, we one mind on that. Mr. Spock said, look, there's some strong brothers out there. I have a question for you. Or that y'all on the side, y'all on the South Jersey side route. For the new people that's might be in here, we have a lot of side routing. I gotta let them go. So let me catch up over here. Joseph said all the black people speaking against Q are mostly Greeks. Well, wait, did you say geeks or Greeks? You mean as in the fraternal orderhoods that might possibly benefit from things going the other way, that those are the people that's supposed to speak. You know, stop it, Carmen. Why would you accuse the Filipinos of having all this swine? Oh man, y'all let me talk way too long today. How far back I gotta go to catch up with y'all? So in 20 said it's because we right before the election and they trying to keep you from swaying key voters to Trump at the last minute, or at least sway them enough so they don't vote. Listen, like I was saying yesterday, the class, that's how we started getting freestyles. Like, listen, when I started seeing the propaganda that's coming out, it was just crazy to me. I can't, Supreme Man said the Democrats are full of it. They want puppets, not thinkers. I was on a Democratic meeting to note my wisdom got an award tonight. They blind followers. Well, now we have, brothers saying that, his wiz is involved in the levels of politics, which he received an awards from the Democrats. So Supreme Man is saying that from firsthand knowledge, he's seen that. Remember we were speaking yesterday how the educational system, one of the main first things they don't teach critical thinking. Just the critical thinking that it would take, right, to or the critical thinking that might take them out of the realm of being blind followers. They're not going to teach that, and they're going to reward. This is what he's saying. Also, that they reward those that just follow blindly. We mostly don't throw people under the bus, but yeah, Jesse Jackson, et cetera, et cetera. Joseph said there is no contract that the devil has to honor. The devil has no honor. The devil has no honor. However, now the world is watching, Craig. The world, and that was the part what I was saying too. Is that's one of my things. And look, I don't have no problem with him presenting, but I'm saying let's be prepared. What's our preparation, right? Okay, we're going to negotiate, right? We're going to say, all right, we want peace. All right, but what if we get over there and they don't want peace? And we're going to negotiate and we saying, okay, this, all right, but what we going to do if they don't? Because at the end of the day, what I agree with Joe Self is that if there ain't going to be no repercussions for them not agreeing, then like I'm getting paid right now. You got to think about the color man's getting paid over how it is right now. And you come in and say, "Nah, we want it to be different." All right, if ain't gonna be no repercussions, and I'm already getting paid, I agree with you, Joseph, right there. Kendall Rowland. It's a little sound rally. The bar. So that's like being at the food line and fronting and not saying that you are hungry. I want some food. Yo, the bar, not for nothing. I think we're gonna have to have another show on that. In my opinion, things in Africa has been a little too quiet. Now I want to know why you been quiet? Like because see when I was coming up was it was still the end of or a lot of the independence movement in Africa, right, happened in the 60s. So when I was growing up in the 70s, a lot of that was still kind of moving. And then now just that we don't hear nothing, it's kind of like, yo, if I don't hear from you for a while, I'm actually, yo, what's up with the bar? Y'all heard from the bar? Right? You know what I mean? Like just we gonna have to have a show on that. Like I'm hearing, we were speaking on that yesterday, how the girls that go to open school, they never come back to their communities. It's not like she's educating people, right? And then they come back to the community and they add on in a way that's uplifting their community. So that's a whole other show I think we need to have. That's a whole other live. I keep saying show. Look, see, that's a habit. You give a man 940 subscribers, he think his little you music on YouTube, you start thinking this is a show. But you know what I mean. I'm big time YouTubing now. I'm big time. Oh, so wait, you sitting at the SW, and I'm so far behind. I shouldn't even be talking, but is you saying that they told Ice Cube, okay, we got your little contract. Holla at you later. That's that can't be what happened. But when I catch up to the statements, we're gonna see. Joseph said Biden equates black people to poor. That's it. And the Democrats making him their candidate is a spit in the face. Then they add their own corrupt prosecutor. Well, not just that, but you got to realize that, see, poor. See, one thing they always say is that Trump does all these dog whistles. See, poor is a dog whistle for the Democrats. That's another underprivileged communities. These are the dog whistles for the Democrats. In particular, we talking about individuals like Joe Biden, who was mentored by the Dixiecrats like Robert Byrd and Strom Thurmond. So I'm right here with you with that too. Infinite said, not comparing Q to Allah the Father, but even other black organizations were calling him a sellout for working with the white Republican mayor. I mean, I don't really see, but I'm saying when you look at, and I'm not arguing with you. I'm not arguing with you. I'm just asking a question really to the people that you're talking about. I didn't see the part where I could say, okay, I could definitely see the stamp of Trump on this part of the proposal. You know what I'm saying? Diddy needs to join force with Q. I mean, not for nothing, man. I mean, but you know, when Diddy first came out, he was like, yo, we need our own party, but then I heard he took it back. I mean, I don't even, some of this stuff, I don't know how to, I don't, you know, I'm just coming into it because I'm not in a world. You know what I'm saying? I mean, originally, you know, when he said, yo, we need our own political party, I agree with that. You know what I'm saying? See, some people, what they use an idea to implement some devilishment. And that's something else that I got to observe that at the time, but it don't mean that the idea that they use to implement the devilishment is wrong. You understand what I'm saying? You know, when Diddy said we need our own political party, we actually do. Now, it could have been a distraction. I haven't researched that far into it. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, not just Diddy. We all need to unite. You know, so I agree with you right there. See, Born Love Alive Supreme. That was a gunshot right there. Born Love Alive Supreme said I take 8 minutes and go through 20 rants. And then I come back. Born Love Allah Supreme. I owe you one. You gonna take a shot at me on my own channel. I'm gonna get you back though one day. I don't know how. I don't know when. I don't know where. But I'm gonna get you back for that one. Boy, I take 8 minutes to go through 20 rants, and that's why I'm losing my thoughts sometimes when we coming into the comments. That's a good one. You got me right here in the ribs. So Joe Self said Diddy walked all the party phone and stuff back. I did hear about that too. I I didn't pay attention. Joe Self said Diddy got his check though. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I didn't, see me, I do the knowledge. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. That's why, however I decide things, I be so convicted. My convictions is so strong because see, I don't just kick nobody under the bus, and I don't just run out in front of the bus to push you on the side and save your life while I might get hit. You understand what I mean? I say what I say, and then you got to say what you say and show proof of that. So but if you walk about, I mean, I all these things, I'm gonna check it out. Original C said, poly means many. Ticks are bloodsuckers. Politics, poly, a Latin word meaning many. Ticks meaning blood-sucking creatures. Enough said. The boss said the devil harms his own as well. 793 said if they're not doing savagery and embellishment amongst each other, they got to do it to somebody. Joseph said, that's why I won't vote. I'm not going to wisdom a system that leaves the knowledge out. Jack King said, give them enough rope to hang themselves. And see, I agree 100%. Is that you put all these different levels of propaganda out there, and then we start choosing sides. Because see, not for nothing, that's a part of the trauma that we've dealt with in our community where it's like, you know what I'm saying, you got to be one thing or the other thing where we at. You can't be, I'm a little bit this, I'm a little bit that. And so because of our training, man, that we've gotten in the hood, man, we would just take that rope and just be wrapping it around and around our neck and act like this how we saving the rope is by wrapping it around our neck. Like we're gonna wrap the rope around the neck. And how you gonna get it back now? It's all around my neck. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, it was another comment that I was speaking on. I think Jack King was the one that made that comment. Joseph said, yeah, that's how I felt when Donald Trump was selected. I was like, stand back, let the devils fight. The original C said, indeed, we never had to. They're the ones that caused the most trouble in the world, the only ones that have caused the most trouble in history. So I recall this content where I was saying that we ain't got to cause trouble amongst them. They've been had trouble. The only thing that really ever unified them was fighting against the original man. That's what the movie 300 was about. The Greeks never was one people until they decided to go against the original man. And the greatest individual that had that understanding was Alexander the Greek. You know, we don't want Don Bishop to come in here and get on our back. So we're gonna say Alexander the Greek. But great point. Good brother, divine God. The original C said, yeah, they make friends for causes. I recall what I was saying with him, where I was saying that, yeah, there's no friends. Politics is not a thing that is friends in. There is no friends in politics. You know what I'm saying? If you've been dealing with the same person for 60 years in politics, you're doing something wrong. You can't point to no other people. Like, listen, and if you look at the time period that black people has been with the Democrats, right? So when we first got with the Democrats, the Germans was the enemy. And now Germany is a part of NATO. They're a part of the American whole thing. There's people who was the enemy when we first started voting. I'm talking about the enemy of the whole country, the enemy of the whole world. And now we politic with them. Not we, but now the government politics with them. I'm just saying, just an understanding of what politics is about, what Original Seed is saying, just adding on to what he's saying. The boss said some of their Freemasonry brothers, like Colonel Lafayette from France and others, helped them win the American Revolution War. But remember when they had beef with France, and all of a sudden they was like, "Oh, we don't like y'all no more, so we ain't gonna call them French fries no more. We're gonna call them freedom fries." Do you know that that's not the first time that happened? They had beef with French in the past where it was like, yeah, we you know what I'm saying? This happens all the time. They see right now they beefing with China, right? But see, once upon a time, they aided China because Japan was their enemy. And Japan had colonized China. So they went over there and made alliances with the Chinese people, Mao Zedong being one of them. Chairman Mao, listen, Chairman Mao is the flyest leader name of all time. Chairman Mao, that sounds like a nigga you gonna fuck with. I mean, that's sidebar. But listen, Chairman Mao, and that's why niggas in Taiwan right now, see, they gave all of the money, but Mao rose to the top. Just to show you that at different times, saying Japan at one time was the enemy. And now they are part of the whole thing, part of the, like, even going into the secret societies, the Trilateral Commission, all the different things. Japan is included, whereas one time they was the enemy. Germany is included, whereas one time they was the enemy. And listen, in World War II, Russia was the ally against Germany. And now Germany is our people and Russia is on the other side. I'm just saying, I'm not, that's they beef. We don't got to go into that. But we all learn that in school. Just to show you how this politics, I'm just demonstrating, man, how I see this political thing. Smile, I'm the bot, says it's my birthday. I mean, I don't know if you're a bot, but happy born day. You know, many more. Original Seed said, I haven't seen it yet. However, I think someone needs to bring something to the table. People need to be concerned about what they voted for instead of dealing in an emotional sense to vote. No, what I'm saying is, well, I agree with Ice Cube, is we don't just need to be waiting for voting. We need to already be able to say that, okay, we went in and had a meeting with these people, and already certain agreements was made where, okay, this is the person we going with, because see, everything has already been decided, son. This ain't full court in the park where we gonna all come out here and see who win. Nah, man, this thing has already been decided. So I agree with Ice Cube. Let's put that out there before, like I said, I don't agree with everything, but if we took them out a little over 17 million, and I know that's not the population right now, but what I'm saying is that we took them out all the people, all the original people, whether they 5%, 10%, or 85%. Yeah, I'm not going to agree with everything that happens. And I'm that kind of person. I'm you. Hopefully y'all are still my brothers and sisters. But yeah, I'm the type of person. Everybody know me. No, I'm going to disagree. But I know how to live with that. I know how to live with that. I didn't agree with that, but you know what? I know how to live with that. And look, if it comes to that level, we gotta take it to that level, and that's what it is. Yeah, I'm brief. I'm telling them, see, I didn't want to do this from the jump, but don't think I ain't gonna be on the front line if that was the agreement that we made as men. But yeah, when it's over, I'm gonna say, see, I told y'all I didn't want to. But you got to, if we're gonna be a family, sometimes you got to swallow that. Infinite mindset. Here's the whoa. See, all right, wait. I'm gonna tell you what it is. I'm not the problem. Y'all the problem. Y'all keep talking while I'm talking. Infinite said, here's a problem with voting at the executive level. Your vote does not put the president in office. The electoral votes, and we put them in office to vote in our interests, but they vote against, meaning they vote in contrast to why we put them in office. Well, and see, I agree with you 100%. And this is why I say that voting is the smallest level. It's really the people who educate the people that we voting for, first of all, and then the people who finance them. Because until they get educated in what they're dealing with, until they get financed, right? We don't even know that they're running. There's thousands of people that's running for president. We don't even know who they are because they haven't been educated in what is going to be beneficial to corporate America, and then corporate America doesn't fund their campaign. And so we just dealing with just an end result of, you just putting your board, your vote is just legitimizing a decision that's already been made. But I agree with you. Smoke Dower, my young brethren. Actually, I'm pretty sure you're enjoying this Smoke Dower in the background. So Infinite says, so my solution, if we are going to offer one, is electoral vote should not be private. I mean, see, we never see it is, and this is if I had a knock on this contract with America, right? Dude, you cannot renegotiate with the trader. Because the trader goal was never right just from the jump. And I'm not, we build it. We just building. And I know you hear with me what I'm saying. Because you put the word if, because you already know what's the possibility of that. You didn't put the word when, because you here with me. We on the same page. Saying there is no renegotiation with the trader. When he came, he had an idea. See, like I said, all of these forms of government where you vote, like if you notice, no matter what side you on, if you in America, right? Oh, the people is of the people, for the people, by the people. But look, if you in a communist society where they tell you, oh, this is the people's, it's the people's army. It's the people's agriculture. That's what they call it in everything in the communists, and so this is the people's. It's the people's. That's what they call it. A lot of them, if you ever notice, a lot of them communist countries, they're really called the democratic this or that because they really fooling the people to try to convince them that you got some kind of recourse in what's happening to you in the wider society of the government. You know, in the wider society that the government is ruling. You know what I'm saying? And Infinite, I already know you know this because you know your people have been talking to us today. I know how much different countries that you have experience in. And so you've seen this up front and close. So I know you know what I'm talking about. Mrs. Spock said republic or democracy. Look, Mr. Spock, that's one thing I love. Mrs. Spock, you could almost been me, man. Listen, Mrs. Spock, if I wasn't me, they said, listen, man, if I ain't do it, somebody else would have did it. If I wasn't me, Mrs. Spock, you'd have been me. Mrs. Spock said republic or democracy are BS terms in this country by definition. The terms are really interchangeable historically. Neither one word has been bond. Why you let me talk all that time, Mrs. Spock, when you could have said it that easy like that? Tight with you now, Mrs. Spock. Tight with you. King, welcome to the channel. To the each one, teach one. Hit the like button, subscribe. We ain't here in the mix. Peace, King. The good brother Devon God said, didn't Trump authorize some type of force for police during use in a protest? I'm gonna look it up. I'm not anti-Trump, just saying. Listen, he's from look. I hope y'all don't get my I don't get my channel banned. But if you look, if I didn't want, I shouldn't have brought this topic up. Saying the other side is never gonna do what you want them to do. Like they never like yo, and that's what I'm saying about the contract. Yo, I mean, if we're going to disregard who's the final unlike attracting air like a pepper, if we're going to disregard what did he promise his nation he would do, if we're going to disregard how old was the founder, then these things, at the end of the day, Trump is from another tribe than us. They don't even think about the race. Just think, yo, saying he's from another, like, you live in a house. When you go shopping for groceries, you don't take into consideration, you know what? The people next door are gonna be hungry. That's their business. They're another group of people. He's gotta do what he's gotta do. We gotta do what we gotta do. And see, when we lose track of that, that's where snitches come from. When you don't realize saying the police are gonna do their job. We gotta do what we gotta do. We gotta survive, but saying the police is gonna do their job. And if we keep doing what we doing and they keep doing what they doing, eventually we're gonna cross paths and they're gonna have to do their job. So yeah, you authorize that. What else he supposed to do? You expect Trump to just say, yo, the brothers out there fighting for their rights, man. Listen, let it rock. Man, that's what he gotta do. Just on his level. It's not, don't take it personal, these things. Halftime. Almighty God Allah said that Biden laptop is going to swing votes. I don't think so much is going to swing votes, but it's going to cause people to not show up on the Democratic side. Even though I feel some kind of way about that. Where it's like y'all said, if I leave my computer someplace, it's not for you to put out, like, just the level of personal business. I'm not with it. But I hear what you're saying. If they didn't want to come to the light, shouldn't have did it. But, personally, I think just the way that information was acquired was a little bit shit. But you're right. It's going to have an impact, but not so much. I don't think it's going to swing votes. I think everybody who's, I don't think there's nobody right now. It's not too much people that's on the fence. You know what I'm saying? It's just a matter of, are you going to come out to support your person or not? Supreme Man said Trump's overt lack of political savvy is used as fuel by the Democrats to catch phrases to scare people who don't know policy. I agree 100. Kendall Rowland says Obama signed the policy for the rights of indigenous people and United Nations supported. That's a policy specifically directed at us. Okay. Show me somewhere in the law, because this is what you're saying. Look, in the policy or the law, with the original man, right, that was brought here to the wilderness of North America is included in the category of indigenous people. That's not what we included. And I don't want to hate on the other brothers, but what I'm saying is that, listen, if somebody owes me money, Supreme Man is my brother. This is my brother. I'm talking about, I know him decades. We've had all type of personal dealings. If somebody owes me some money and they say, well, look, I paid Supreme Man, all right, that's good. Power to Supreme Man. But here is my money. And see, that's what happens, is that, and it's not those indigenous people's fault. Let me be clear. I don't want to blame other immigrants who come here that's used in that way. But see, those people are being used for them not to pay their true debt that they owe. Indigenous people, no. We're the black man right here that you built your thing off of. And these indigenous people you're talking about, what did they do? And listen, I'm not, like I said, they're my brothers. I'm not saying this to make a separation between us, But I'm saying that even those indigenous people need to realize that, nah, son, you try and use me. You try and use me. You try and do your Yakub thing. You try and play the black seed against the brown seed. You try and play the black seed against the brown seed, man, and benefit the white. That's what you're trying to do when you tell me that, oh, well, I paid my debt, but I paid it to these other indigenous. No. Pay the money you owe. See, because listen, these other people, they got things in their own country. And when they got their stuff, they didn't say, well, hold on. What about the brothers in America? How much have you ever, well, I don't know who you are, Kendall Rowland, but I'm saying I have never gotten nothing that they was like, yo, well, yeah, look, the brothers in the Caribbean, they fought for something, right? And then look, here's $100 check. Because what they fought for, you get $100 check. That's never happened. So don't tell me because of the things we fought for, now it's worldwide indigenous people. That wasn't the case before. And like I said, where the misdirection comes, where now you want to act like this makes it a problem between me and the other. But no, it's not. This is a problem between you fucking paying Peter with my money. That's all I want to be clear about. You said Obama just popped on my TL title all out now. Well, look, you know, they trying to Michelle is gonna be running. That's what they pumping right now. The bar said, I saw those tricks of swaying votes with the Kanye West Trump sit down. Now Kanye is at the ballot in certain states. Yeah, see all this stuff. That's what I'm saying. All this misdirection, you using us against each other. That's another situation. And see, that's what I'm saying about this thing for Ice Cube. You trying to make it look like he's working with you. Now you're gonna play the black against the brown. See, one thing we can't do, and like I said, I don't even know what the fuck the code is. Everybody say we gonna be on code. Now I've been on. I know what the fuck my code is. Yo, son, you ain't playing the brown against the black with me. I'm going to decide if Ice Cube is doing some dubstep, that's going to be my decision. And I'm going to say, and I'm going to tell the brothers, yeah, yo, watch Ice Cube. But you ain't going to play the black against the brown with me. Oh, Ice Cube, this is you put on the news. Oh, is he? Nah. Don't fall for that shit. That's Yakub's law. And like I said the other day, man, we're not here from the science of sex. We're not here from the science of who's dark and who's light. We're not here from the science of who's tall and who's short. We here from a supreme thought. I'm not going to allow that to happen. I'm not going to fall victim to that. Those are just things, all this is things that, listen, see, and that's why I like what Ice Cube did, is he brought our issues back to the center of the table. See, all these things, yo, is Kanye running? Yo, is this? Nah, nigga. This is what we saying. You owe us this. That's why I like what Ice Cube did. Do I agree with everything? No, but I agree with enough of it that, yeah, I'm with that. And whatever the problems is, that's my problem with Ice Cube. We got to discuss how we really need to do this. But let's not go out there, man, and I'm not going to do that. I mean, if he did something that was on that level where we need to condemn him, If he went in there and sold us out, all right, now we talking. But just that right there, just that, yo, I disagree, or I would adjust the language in certain things. Man, we don't get caught up in that. Almighty God Allah said mental death is cognitive bias. SW said, I won't even get into my thoughts on school. Listen, let's leave SW alone, because I'm pretty sure SW is trying to save my Hotep channel. SW is trying to remain Hotep on my channel by not speaking on her school. The boss said there's rampant violence in Nigeria right now between the Special Armed Robbery Squad, SARS, and the people in the last week. Yo, God, we've been seeing that. Well, I've been seeing that, and also Darkim was saying, I don't know if you got any insight on this, where he said that the brother who was the focal point in the movie Hotel Rwanda, that he's been kidnapped by some government agencies or something. Like he's arrested and no one knows why. In what is considered the civilized world, you ain't supposed to do that. You're supposed to have a case. You're supposed to, habeas corpus. You're supposed to produce this person in court and show that they are right and say what's the reason why you got them. That's what habeas corpus is. You got to produce me in the court, meaning I got to come in front of the court, in front of the public, and you got to say why you holding me. So that's what I'm saying, DeBar. I've been paying attention to that. That stuff ain't, I don't got the knowledge on it. I haven't studied it. And I'm not even sure you can study it like that. I'm sure they're withholding so much information on that it would be difficult for you to really get to the truth. But yeah, I've been paying attention to that, DeBar. So wait, the Biden team, SW, you saying the Biden team brushed Ice Cube off? Joseph is saying, yeah, they was like, yeah, we got our own plan for y'all. That's what enhanced the pro-Trump rhetoric, because Trump, okay, I see what you're saying now. Oh yeah, 941 subscribers. Listen, man, big time YouTube, Almighty God, like you listen. I just want you to know that you used to know me, but when I get to 1,000 subscribers, listen, man. All of y'all used to know me. But when I get to 1,000 subscribers, we do. But we about to make it happen. But look, listen, speaking of that, everybody do the each one, teach one, hit the like button. Look, what's been happening is, as y'all have been sharing this on y'all Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, etc., you know what I mean? It's been making the channel grow. You know what I'm saying? And also, listen, remember when I said Joshua yesterday? That was really Ambition to Win. I didn't even know Ambition to Win apparently has been in the background. I don't know. Ambition to Win has been in the background doing the knowledge. Shout out to Ambition to Win. For a great donation. I got to get back to putting the brothers that donate, and acknowledging them 100%. But yeah, that was Ambition to Win. That I'm saying we all know. But yeah, he's still with us. We see Joseph is still with us. You know what I'm saying? D Christian added on. You know what I'm saying? And all the brothers, I know I can't recall everybody right now. You know what I'm saying? Uh, but a piece to everybody that add on, in that way. Greatly appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? The boss said people get killed by SARS with submachine rifles for protesting peaceful. People get killed for not obeying 7 p.m. curfews. Showed a woman dead in the city of Anna in southeast Nigeria today at work with her. Right brain mass blown away. Seriously graphic pics of the mass bodies killed in Lagos and other cities in Nigeria. And the way they show those bodies, you've never seen. I've never seen that. Like I've seen pictures, they show you on the news where people got killed in different sections of Africa, and they show you like people been there so long that their bodies done swole up or something. Like they be in all different degrees of decay. They'll never show you people like that in Europe, unless they showing you like the Holocaust or something. But just that alone, they're devaluing. They're getting you used to seeing black people in that condition. Just like over here, they're getting used to showing you, black people that behave a certain way. That's all the image, man. That's all got to do with the God degree. You know what I'm saying? Of saying that the people of that continent are the only people we have, and they all savages. Like Mr. 120 is not our people. You know what I'm saying? Like the brother who came on here, my bad, I know that, but we just met. I don't call your name. With the brother that came on here from Medellin, like they're not our people, God, and like all the things that they accomplished is not included in our accomplishments as original people. That's a certain thing, Debar. I'm telling you. Kinder Rowling said we don't need to have a plan for them to face the consequences if they don't honor a promise to get our vote. All we have to do is get them to say it publicly. The 6,000-year expiration date is almost up. And listen, that's another thing I would add on to Ice Cube's plan. Is that okay? And I think I said it already. All right, what you want to do if we don't? Like if we don't agree to this stuff, what are you going to do? And so the brothers that said already that, the Democrats already told them, yeah, nah, we so that's why he met with Trump. That's what they saying. What are you going to do if we don't vote for Trump? After all these ideas that we done put in your mentality about who Trump is and what he's going to do, what are you going to do if we don't? What's going to be the consequences? That's something that I would add on to Ice Cube's thing. Is that okay? If that's going to happen, we're no longer, okay, you're going to lose our vote. You already lost our vote for 50 years. You're going to lose it for another 50 years. Biden, you don't want to do it. You're going to lose our vote now. We'll only vote local. We won't even vote for y'all on that level. Whatever it's going to be, that's got to be a part of this. You know what I'm saying? Because in negotiation, what they call it, and I'm saying that this is not me. Like to me, I'm just dealing with the signs what they deal with in negotiation. What they deal with, the carrot and the stick. You don't take the carrot, you get the stick. we gotta understand the trader and speak that language. That's what I'm saying. We still this whole political thing is one giant trader that we dealing with. And that's what the trader came with. You want to deal with the carrot or you want to deal with the stick? You want to bring us some people out of there so we get enslaved, or you want to fucking hit you with these cannons. So the people on the coast did what? Went in the interior and got some people so they didn't get hit with them cannons. You know, that's just one part of the story. I'm not saying that's the whole story. But I'm just saying that that's the level that they deal with. And if we not dealing on that level, we're going to keep getting what we've been getting. Nothing. Right, the bar, the 100 Years' War was be saying France and Britain was at war. You gotta remember, even did you know that Britain was started? There was a dude, Alfred. It was a dude named Alfred that was the first king that they considered the king of England. But then there was a dude called William the Conqueror that actually came from France that conquered England. They've been fighting the entire time. But, you know, that's a whole other lie we get into. Yourself said calling Frank's hot dogs or wieners like the wiener dog, which was specifically bred for French royalty. I didn't know that. I would have thought wiener was a German word, but even that's a certain history that comes from. Look, if you want to see how France and Germany share history, look up Charlemagne the Great. And when he died, how the empire that he founded was split up. And you will see how France and Germany is related and why they always have beef and why to this day there's a part of Europe called Alsace-Lorraine that's still disputed between France and Germany and who owns it. Right, the G7, the G20, these is, you know, VCR. Look, VCR is back in the pocket. Look, is anybody, hold on. I think Smoked Out, when they get down to the end, because look, Smoked Out, VCR is claiming that LeBron is not the king. The king of this shit. Listen, I didn't think he was the king either until I talked to VCR. After I finished talking to VCR, I said, man, LeBron is the king. I don't know what's wrong with VCR. Kendall Rowland said the Democrats know that most Black Democrats have a mindset that I have to vote because my people went through so much for our right to vote, so they feel like they don't have to give us what we want. You're right. They have this kind of fealty, this loyalty to the Democratic Party that is kind of based on a limited history. So how do they explain that Abraham Lincoln was a Republican? So I'm with you on that, Kendall Rowland. Smoke Dowd said Chavez offered to send oil to Black Americans and was denied, So he set up a low-income oil program in America through Chevron that heated black homes in Chicago. Listen, some of that came in New York too. I know exactly what you're talking about, Chicago. And look, you see what happened to him. And I'm not saying that to say, I'm not teasing him or saying it on no fly shit. I'm just saying that, yeah, exactly what you said. You see how they dealt with that situation. And to this day, even the dude that's there now, because he's like he was his protege. The dude that's there now, and he's not as wise as Chavez was. Chavez was wiser than him and more savvy. So yeah, he's doing, I don't know what he's doing. I can't speak on 100%. You know what I mean? I'm not there. But what you're saying is, he was somebody that understood that, yo, what's happening up there in America with the brothers, we all gonna live and die by that. We all gonna live and die by what the brothers in America established. If for no other reason than this is the pinnacle of where the devils is at. It's like if you got a roach, you got roaches in your house, right? And they got a certain nest. If you take out the nest, the main place where they at, then all the rest of the apartments in that building, all the people around there is going to benefit from that. So Chavez understood that. So he said, no, I'm going to help the brothers up there. And that's what, and see, that's what they've been like. See, if he would have said, yo, I'm going to help the other brothers in Latin America, yeah, go ahead, do that all you want. And I'm not saying that they not our brothers, but I'm saying that they realize that, yeah, you could do that all you want. It's not going to cause a dent in our stuff. But if you help these dudes that's right here, that's close enough to grab us by the neck, yeah, now we're going to take you out. Kendall Rowland said my point was that there's a lot of evidence that we were already here before they came, and that there's no way they could have brought all of us to here to North America. Listen, in the God degree, let's be specific. In the God degree, it says, why does the devil call our people Africans? It says, to make our people of North America believe that the people of that continent are the only people they have first, or savages. It teaches us that in our lessons, that the people in that continent is not the only people that we have. Like a lot of people is blaming Elijah Muhammad for teaching that, no, God, that's not our teachings. Our teachings is that the people in that continent is not our only people. And that our people is not savage. And I'm not coming at you like that, but I'm saying I've been hearing this over and over and over again because they lock in on the line where it says, yo, they're the ones who strayed away from civilization are living a jungle life. But you missed the part where it says that the devil caused them that to make us think that the people of that continent are the only. I know those are not our only people. Remember when we, I don't know if you was on there, when we were speaking to the brother that's from Colombia, and I said, yo, God, how do y'all relate to the Olmec people? That clearly, if you look at their art, if art demonstrates life, these people noses like this on the side of they nose this wide. We know that. That's why we had the brother on to come and speak. Or that's why I brought the brother on to come. I told him, look, come on, introduce yourself to the whole family so that we can know. And if you see the response, if you care to do that, you go back and you see the response that everybody had. We all showed the brother great love because we know. See, do you know about the people of Tierra del Fuego that was here even before 16,000 years ago? Did you know that was a civilization that was even here when the Indians was exiled here 16,000 years ago? Did you know that? Did you know that the potato is not from Ireland? Even though the Irish people is known, the potato is not from Ireland. The potato was brought, the British, the Europeans got it from Central America. But the potato was brought to Central America from the Fiji Islands, or those what you call that, the Oceania, that Pacific Islands. But I'm saying, look, peace, we adding on. We just adding on. You adding on to what I'm saying, I'm adding on to what you're saying. The original seed said, God, we have to be the doctor, minister, nurses, and cremators when they come with all that BS separation tactics, examine, qualified, disqualified. That's what I'm saying. Don't allow them. We cannot allow them. That's what they doing. It don't matter if you tall or you short or you man or you woman. That's what they doing. That's what. What's that thing? The Willie Lynch letter. I'm not caught up in that. I'm not caught up in that. We draw everything up, man, to the highest level. Yeah, original seed. I'm not gonna know you. Listen, when I get to 1,000. Look, you can say, look, tell everybody, yeah, I used to know the God. Look, y'all gonna be like, yeah, see, we should be building, man. The guy got 1,000, and then, yeah, I don't even know y'all. Check them up. Original who? Never heard of. That's how we do it. See, now, yeah, I tell you, the problem not me. Probably y'all keep typing. 793 is the same way they brainwashed us in the 70s with the care images of original children with flies by their mouths that Sally. Yeah, I understand what he's saying. Is that we was taught through back in the bar. I don't know if you was here. You know what I'm saying? But they used to always show us these like, especially if you was up late at night, but even sometimes in prime time, they would show us all this stuff that all the African kids are starving, and we have to bring them, and they should always be feeding them some kind of grits or something. That's it. No meat, some kind of grits. Yeah, we had to, feed these people, and they're struggling all this way. But see, you didn't tell us that the reason that's happening is because you're stealing all these shit. You didn't say what you was doing over there that caused this situation to be the case. You just showed us these refugees from a war that you started. in 793rd, same way, yeah, we was indoctrinated into that. Where I didn't know, if you would have asked me back then, where's the richest place in the world, I would have never said Africa. It's only after now and knowing how much of the actual resources, the actual minerals, the oil, the everything that they get out of the ground that they use to manufacture all the things they do to live their life, God. To support the Industrial Revolution, I didn't know that the Industrial Revolution was supported by what they was taking out of Africa. That was just another way. So with 793rd, you know, what I think he's saying is that, see, that caused us to look at Africans a certain way. You know, not even see, when I say Africans, I'm not saying to separate, but I'm just saying people who didn't, within their history, came over here to North America, it caused us to look at them a certain way. And that was another level of separation. You don't get caught up in that. Joseph said, Chris Broussard, listen. Chris Broussard does not know what he's talking about. Listen, I'm not even talking about his religious stuff. I'm talking about when this realm of sports. Listen, why are we listening to Chris Broussard? And that's a whole other show. That's a whole other show. But why? Listen, Chris Broussard, look, he was right about one thing. In the history of time, he was right that LeBron was going to leave Cleveland and go to Miami. And we still listening to Stop it, Bob. But listen, Chris Broussard was on the Boys Watkins. He was on Boys Watkins. Shout out to Boys Watkins. You know, the things he presented is high power. But he said the whole Democratic base wants to break up the home, then take our babies for these. Well, listen, you know, Chris Broussard is see, like I told people, look, we're fiscally, you know, because people enjoy getting free money, we're fiscally democratic, but really in most viewpoints, Chris Broussard being very religious, we really are socially more in tune with the Republicans. You know what I'm saying? So Chris Broussard, as somebody who's in the media and understands how this propaganda goes out, you know, I can see what he's saying. You know, even though we were just talking about sports, yeah. Chris Broussard, get out of here. Original C said the imperial territory of Alsace-Lorraine was a territory created by the German Empire in 1871 after it annexed most of Alsace in the Moselle department of Lorraine following its victory in the Franco-Prussian War. Alsace-Lorraine was a name given to 5,067 square miles of territory that was ceded by France to Germany in 1870 war after the Franco-German War. Now look, I'm glad you said that, but now you're gonna bring it back. See, the root of that beef, right, was that Charlemagne, you know, let's not say the great because we don't want to get Don Bishop on my back. But Charlemagne, right, when he conquered his empire, he basically reconstituted what was called the Holy Roman Empire, or the Western Roman Empire, as opposed to the Eastern Roman Empire that was conquered by Mehmet II. You know, when we deal with the science of the 10th degree, when I say Mehmet II was the one who knocked down the walls of Constantinople. That was the Eastern Roman Empire. The Western Roman Empire fell to the other barbarians in Europe. I'm trying to think what was their tribe's name. But even in terms of the Moors advancing into Europe, Charlemagne's grandfather, Charles Martel, Charles Martel defeated the Moors at the Battle of Tours and stopped the Moors from advancing in the French. And so that's where his empire started, going into Northern Europe. And it kept going through the family that his father, Charlemagne, well, Charles Martel's son, and then his grandson, they all kept it together. When Charlemagne returned, he divided the empire up into all of his sons got a part of it. And the two most powerful ones took over what became France and what became Germany. So what was the real line between them has been really disputed since that time. And Alsace-Lorraine is a part of that time. So this war, what you're saying in 1871, this really was an extension of a beef that had extended since Charlemagne returned. But not disagreeing with you, just adding on to the history. Smoked out. Hold up, smoked out. I need you. Wait. You wait. See, you see, smoked out. Look, you don't understand. You need to be on here. Smoked out. We had a 2-hour conversation. And at the end of that 2-hour conversation, there can only be one Kang. There can only be one Kang. How can we talk for 2 hours and say that the man we had that 2-hour conversation about is not the Kang? Okay, right now, talk about Allah for 2 hours. Yeah, I love y'all young brothers, man. Y'all the greatest, man. Uh-oh. Don Bishop in here. Don Bishop, hold up. Remember, I didn't say the great. This is I don't know what you're talking about. Nah, Cube is not Musa, man. You gotta stop. This look, we've had a whole video on it today. You know, I'm about to wind it down. Cause I don't know if y'all know, but in New York, everything turned into a pumpkin at 1 o'clock. So I'm about to have to be out. But we're gonna get back to that smoked out. You know, come back on, you know, we love you on this page, smoked out. But I wouldn't say Cube is, you know, he's you know, he's not, he don't have the knowledge I have. But remember, man, Cube has been in there firsthand at levels of the game that I haven't been either. So he's applying what he know how to do. And see, you cannot hold him responsible for what you know. He's applying what he knows how to do. He knows how to write these proposals. You know, look, I want to do this movie right here. You know, and that's the level he's taking it, you know, and to my knowledge, he's left it open. You know, he says, you know, look, it's open for revision. Anybody wants to add on. So first, until we attempt to add on, and he rejects that, we can't jump out the window. We can't jump out the window, and you understand what I mean? We see, because even the devil gets a chance to clean himself up. You understand what I mean? But in the meantime, I had to say, look, I'm, with his plan, more than 50% of it, I think is right and exact. He's used some language, some things that I wouldn't say, and all that. West Coast wise, the Polynesian people, I know what you're talking about. When I was talking about where the potato came from and how, and the reason why I said that is to say that original people been all around the planet. I understand that. That don't mean that the 136 is wrong, though. Yeah, that's how the 5% do. Look, West Coast wise. Look, once I get 1,000 subscribers, celebrate to 100,000. Look, once I get 1,000 subscribers, I'm straight Masonic. I'm straight Masonic, man. I don't even know. I can't even teach. I can't even teach. It's my knowledge. You got to go study on your own now. Right, the boss said, so you saw I didn't know that. So the boss said, I saw those infomercials of starving children on the late night TV here. And so they show that actually in Africa too. I didn't know that. Learn something new every day. Mr. Spock said they still think we equate Asiatic as a term for only that content. Can you tell them again, Mr. Spock? That when we say Asiatic, we mean the world, Craig. The world. Can you tell them again, Mr. Spock? We mean the world, Craig. Don Bishop said, I know you way behind in the chat, boy, you true. I recall dealing with my daughter about what's the first thing they teach about Black history, slavery, keeping kids blind to the knowledge of self. Yeah, I had to say that's the first thing that I learned. I recall going through the science of Egypt, and I never thought that Egypt was Asian. I don't know who told me that. I don't know how that got deeply ingrained in me, but I recall asking the teacher, yo, why is white people in the hieroglyphics? I'm telling you, I asked the teacher that, and I don't know what grade that was, but they showed me the hieroglyphics, and I see them. I was like, yo, why is white people there? And the teacher said, yeah, well, Egypt, it wasn't no kind of place where it was like one kind of people, it was all kind of people there, and at the time, I mean, of course, I got the knowledge of self, so yeah, I've been questioning things. I've been, I didn't really, I had to accept that I didn't have no answer for her to come back. I didn't know about Ptolemy. I didn't know about all these things, and Alexander the Greek. You understand me? So I didn't have an answer, but I knew that I was wrong. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I've been there. Jason Rosario, just one. Kendall Rowan said a good example of this is the movie Lord of War starring Nicolas Cage. They start the BS, then come as the savior. Oh yeah, the white savior. I got a problem with that too. The last movie, because I don't sleep any movies. People that come on here a lot, they know I'm not really into movies. But one of the last movies I saw was Blood Diamond, and I didn't like how Leonardo DiCaprio had to, say, what's his brother's name? Dude, I'm from over here. why I need you to leave me the way, but yeah, that's, you know, but that's something that they call the white man's burden. Where, tragically, the white man had to be, Christianity had to be his religion where he realized the truth. And he has to go civilize all these savages around the world and save our souls by giving us Christian names. That's a whole aspect of reality. I'm very upset about that. The Visigoths, no, it's not the Visigoths. Those people took out the Visigoths, I think. No, wait. No, the Visigoths is Spain. The Visigoths is Spain. I'm trying to recall. You're right. It's a German tribe that Charles Martel is from, that Charlemagne descended from. It's the Goths, the Visigoths. Oh man, y'all about to make me do my research. But you yeah. That's what you talking about. What I'm talking about, the book. Because see, even the Anglos and the Saxons, they're German tribes. You see, when Hitler was coming out saying that this our shit, to some degree, he was, that was the European science. So yeah, I finally caught up to here. So like I said, let me get out of here before I turn into a pumpkin. I think this has been a good live. I wish we could have got more into the topic of discussing what this contract with the black man is about. And listen, the people that have concerns, I understand that too. Is that we don't want this contract with Black America to turn into a contract on Black America. See, because when you take out a contract on people, that's generally for the death. It's a contract. Like even look, when you have insurance for a person, right? Like look, people like SW can tell you that when we was little, right, and you used to do something crazy, your parents would tell you, your boy, your insurance is paid, right? Like you do some crazy shit and die, we gonna get paid. I done told you don't do that. That look, that's a contract on you. See, sometimes people kill a person when their contract, when they the beneficiary of that contract on you. Just one. So they also didn't tell us there were great cities in Africa as well. They made it look like, yeah. And not just look. I tell people, look, I'm from Great Ghana. I don't know where the rest of y'all's from. I'm from Great Ghana. But yeah, they didn't tell you about Timbuktu and all things. I had to learn about that on the side. You know what I mean? Great Zimbabwe, all these different things. And then there's other, that's just because we have people like Dr. Ben and Dr. Clark that went into, West Africa and did, but it's all things in East Africa, South Africa, et cetera, that, we don't know about. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, let me get up out of here. Everybody that made it this far with us, do the each one teach one, hit the like button. You know what I'm saying? If you're new to the channel, subscribe, hit the notification button. You know what I'm saying? If you want to know when we coming on discussing these types of things. Of course, tomorrow, our brother Sunya at 7. Sunyez is going to be on Sunya 7 on YouTube, bringing his civilization class to you. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, I want to say peace to all the gods, peace to all the earths. Everyone else that comes in the background, they might just pay attention and do the right thing, which is the knowledge. Peace to you all too. And at the end of the day, if I don't see y'all again, I will see y'all on Friday. Peace. Oh, now you're going. So hold up. You see this nigga here? Now you're gonna bring up when with 666 subscribers. You see how the black man do you? You see? Yeah, that's exactly why I'm not gonna know you when I get to 1,000. That's exactly what. But listen, hey, look here, guys, Don Bishop, I'm gonna be in the desert tomorrow. What time you going to work, Don Bishop? What time you going to work, Don Bishop? I don't know if I'm gonna be up in time because you the hardest working man in South Jamaica. So I probably won't be up in time, but in case I do, what time you going to work? See, I wouldn't come see you right now, but by the time I get out there, you gonna be out. I ain't got time to wait for you now. I'm gonna say peace to everyone. Like I said, at the latest, y'all see me again on Friday. Peace.